to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 68 degrees at 10 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. PennDOT says it has selected its plan for the change at the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. So they will relocate the eastbound ramp that causes so much congestion as people try to get onto the road just before people are trying to take the exit. Then there will be a longer outbound ramp to eliminate the weave, and a stoplight will be added. The inbound ramp will only be accessible from Forward Avenue, which too will be getting a signal, and the inbound traffic will enter the highway a little bit further down with a new bridge coming to provide trucks and larger vehicles a safer exit. Work is expected to start in about 4 years and finally wrap up in 2032. One Pennsylvania state representative plans to introduce legislation that would codify an existing Pennsylvania state police policy against assisting in ICE arrests. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
State Rep Abigail Salisbury says in a news release that legislation is needed because entry into a so-called 287G agreement would drain critical resources from Pennsylvania State Police and impair its ability to assist a large number of local police departments that rely on the agency for everyday operations. And entering such an agreement would only increase workloads, further burden taxpayers, and decrease trust by the communities who rely on our state troopers. She emphasized that no such agreement is imminent and that current Pennsylvania State Police does not support working with ICE. Salisbury is currently seeking co-sponsors for the legislation. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
If a McKeesport student wants to play football, or any sport for that matter, the grades need to be there. The district posting on social media that they will begin looking at grades starting on this Friday to make sure students must be passing at least 4 credits to remain eligible for the following week. If not, they're not playing. No exceptions. A woman accused of assaulting a teenage referee at a hockey game earlier this year is ordered held for court. Prosecutors say Andrea Bucci assaulted the referee over a call earlier this year. Her attorney, Phil DeLucente, spoke to KDKA-TV and said the viral video of the incident doesn't tell the whole story.
I think without question that video was very clear, as well as the testimony of 2 witnesses, that 3 witnesses actually, even the alleged victim, that he made contact first with my client, not the other way around.
Bucci is charged with harassment and assault. The idea of addressing homelessness through tiny house villages in Pittsburgh is gaining traction with proposed legislation for the north side and downtown areas. But is it a viable option? Jarrell Gilliam, the executive director of the Light of Life Rescue Mission, calls it a step in the right direction, but says it shouldn't be viewed as the solution.
Having a tiny home is better than a tent, but it can still be an unsafe condition for people. They're still very small, hence the tiny. And having people cram into those spaces may not be the best way for dignity and respect.
On the Big K Morning Show, he emphasized that whatever the solution is, there must also be what he calls wraparound services available to address the underlying issues behind why someone became homeless in the first place. On Wall Street, the Dow and the NASDAQ are going off in separate directions. The Dow plummeting 167 points, but the NASDAQ is soaring by 200. S&P 500 is also higher, up 21 points. KDK Sports, the Pirates will host the Dodgers tonight. First pitch is at 6:40. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 10:03. Right now, it is currently 68 degrees in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast. Next.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment, nestexpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford, nestexpressions.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, my friend, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. As we're taking a look around the area rush hour here, it is easing off in a lot of places. We do continue to have crews working the scene of an accident in Forest Hills, though, so heads up as you're traveling Ardmore Boulevard, Route 30, toward the Parkway East, right around the intersection with Fillmore Road. You have an accident that is being cleared there, and you do have slowdowns that go with it. Parkway East inbound, the slowdowns there are easing off just a smidge, backing at Edgewood Swissvale before the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, so that's good news. Trying to make your way inbound toward town through those Fort Pitt tunnels, finally getting some relief. It's backing right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. It definitely easing up there. The ride out toward the western suburbs, and to Pittsburgh International is a good one on the Parkway West at this point. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
KDKA AccuWeather Forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today, but cool for late August. The high just 70. Mainly clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record, though, is 43, set in 1986. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K, Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest three stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Ed Gainey and his nincompoops at the city, in one of his departments that you don't care about, put together a study and decided to screw up the strip. In fact, the study's called How to Screw Up the Strip, and they're trying to put it in place by screwing up the strip. One of Ed Gainey's last acts, if he can, is to screw up the strip. We're not going to let it happen. It's one of the greatest areas in America, and we covet it, and we can't let it go down in flames. We can't let Gainey ruin the strip the way he's ruined the South Side, the North Side, downtown, and Pittsburgh in general. We can't. We're going to fight that fight today. We got some players here. Meantime, happening right now as we speak, on Mount Washington. Listen to this. Listen.
Under one of the overlooks, an female had fallen down the hill and is stuck on the hillside. She's approximately 75 to 100 feet down. That's 28 Engine 30 Truck Battalion for Grandview Avenue off P.J. McCardle Roadway, across from the Carnegie Library under one of the overlooks. Female fell over the hillside, stuck there, approximately 75 to 100 feet down, coming on Fire 1 at 8:41.
Wow. By the way, is anyone seeing this? Is anyone seeing this right now? Give us a yell, 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020. Just happening, a woman fell down that really, and by the way, this has happened before, many times, and folks have to be rescued. Very dangerous. Mike Fisher, Pittsburgh Scanner. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Morning. Great to be here. Marty, great to be here. In the morning,
wild.
Yes.
So describe what you're hearing and describe what you know to your best knowledge at this point.
Marty, to my best knowledge, the fire department, police, and EMS were dispatched to Mount Washington as reports of a female fell over the hill near one of the overlooks. And the police were there first, and they stated they saw a female roughly as dispatched, about 75 feet down, and they're deciding to get the ladder truck, which is why I included a fire dispatch, not police, because that's important, as they're going to try to recover her from McArdle Roadway. So that was closed. Part of the bridge, Liberty Bridge, was closed. Wow. And so the area was cordoned off while they attempted to retrieve this female.
Now, where is she, though? Is she on the side of that hill?
She's on the side of the hill, right above she's right above a little cliff. So she stopped at a very good place because this would have been much, much worse.
I heard the overlook. Right. Which one, man?
It's across from the library on Mount Washington.
Yes,
it's
I know exactly where you're at. Yes. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you're fine. It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Not really.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they got her from McArthur Roadway. They got the ladder truck up there, and they picked her off. So then she's a little shaken up, and they're going to try to.
So hold on. So they got her. They grabbed her.
They grabbed her.
Oh wow! And she's okay.
About as good as you can be falling down a hill.
By the way, this has happened there before. This has happened there before. By the way.
Oh yes, absolutely. You hear about it.
Sometimes, and I'm not suggesting this woman's an idiot, but sometimes it's idiots, drunks, kids messing around. Sometimes it's someone taking a picture and they slip and fall because it's very steep. And sometimes it's an accident, and sometimes it's someone who's literally trying to climb down that hill. Do we know the circumstances with her?
Not yet. We're right now focusing on recovering the individual, but everything you have mentioned, it could definitely be a possibility. The person seemed to be very grateful to be recovered, so it doesn't seem to be an intentional act. The Instagram picture is definitely not worth the trouble, trust me.
I see.
That's my only comment.
Thanks, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. What's he talking about? The Instagram picture. Oh, I see. Okay, so there you have it. We've talked about this before. This has definitely happened before. Woman fell down the hill, and we don't know whether she's walking, whether she slipped, what happened, whether she's climbing, who knows. The fire department did a hell of a job and snatched her off the side of that hill. And as Mike, you just heard from Mike, she's okay. And it looks like things will be getting back to normal there. All right. Glad we could do that. So here's what we're going to do when we come back. We're going to talk about the Strip District, and we're going to talk about what they're trying to do down there. What they're trying to do is change the traffic pattern. What they're trying to do is make it one lane. What they're trying to do is screw up something that doesn't need fixed. What they're trying to do is jack around business. And don't ask my opinion. Ask David Woley, who's sitting here with me. David, they're trying to destroy the Strip, are they not, sir?
Correct, Marty. That is correct.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
You consider this to be the greatest threat to the Strip we've seen in a long time, don't you, sir?
I do. This is going to impede traffic. It violates fire code laws that are on the books that the city has pledged in writing to uphold. I brought with me a letter from the president of the Firefighters Union, who explains it quite clearly that decreasing the two-lane road between 31st Street Bridge and 22nd Street of Penn Avenue is going to impede fire trucks and ambulances from doing their job.
What's wild is the city says they want to right-size the Strip. I think this is disastrous. Let's be clear, very clear, David. They want to make Penn Avenue one lane, sir, and they want to include a bike lane.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So what the hell? How would anyone be able to make a delivery, sir?
It would be difficult because those trucks are big. Semi-trucks are even bigger. And if you really want to get big, look at a ladder truck that might have to get to the high-rises that are now brand new on Penn Avenue between the bridge and 22nd Street. If there's a bike lane, they can't put their metal prongs down to secure the ladder, and they can't do their job. And I've spoken to all of the merchants. I go to the meetings, and they're all completely opposed, including the Midwife Center,
including firefighters in Pittsburgh who say this will create a dangerous threat to public safety, sir.
Correct. And it's also a violation of the law.
David Woolley joining us. We're going to come back and debate the demise of the Strip if the mayor gets his way. Folks, it's your turn to speak up about this madness. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble. What's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. As we look around the rush hour, we're happy to report that a lot of the delays, because it was a tough morning on 28 and the Parkway West with accidents and other issues, those delays have dissipated nicely. So coming out of the Allegheny Valley on 28 southbound, you just have a minor delay as you pass the off-ramp for East Ohio Street. Parkway North is zipping along nicely if you're heading toward town that way. The Parkway West is our biggest holdout. It has delays for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before you try to fit through the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East has even eased off with just some slowdowns right around Edgewood, Swissvale. Just kicking off today, a reminder in Harrison Township and Breckenridge Borough, Freeport Road Route 1001 has weekday lane restrictions between Cemetery Way and Bakerstown Road. Crews will be there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. through Friday, September 12th. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop! Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing is going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor, fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
This report brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Celebrate September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of these huge savings. Zero Res.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing. Best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people. It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, I'm biased about this. I have a significant number of friends who own businesses in the Strip. I love the Strip. I've spent collectively years in the Strip. My children love the Strip. My relatives love the Strip. It's a beautiful place. And what's been amazing is I've watched it explode with great, great men like Chuck Hamill, who kind of started the big redevelopment of the Strip with the Cork Factory. Jeff Cohen, one of my boys, in his very successful business, Smallman Street Deli, and his son now running that business, and Woolies, and the Sinceris, and Penn Mac, and all of these business owners saying to hell with this. And they're fighting this group in the city called Domi, and they're alleged experts on traffic, Department of Mobility and Infrastructure. And they allegedly did a study, which is crap, suggesting that it's too dangerous, suggesting that when they take Penn Avenue, make it one lane, there'll be fewer accidents. Here's my take. Bull crap. Here's my take. They're falling to the whims of the woke on bikes. They think, the bikesters think, that Pittsburgh should be a bike city. Fine. But not at the expense of thousands of people who work in the Strip, who live in the Strip, and rely on the Strip for their living. Dan Woolley, yes, right? This
correct,
is the fact.
Marty. That's absolutely correct.
Hey, how many times, be honest with me because you're an honest man, how many times have you called Ed Gainey, and how many times has he called you back about this issue?
I've called him twice. I got a hold of him once. He referred me to DOMI, which is the organization you just mentioned that wants to put the bike lane in. If they're worried about the safety of the street, they could easily put in speed humps, not speed bumps, but speed humps, which would slow down the traffic. There's 4 of them in the business district of Grandview Avenue in Mount Washington, which are excellent. They slow down traffic. I live up there. They used to go very fast down the hill. Now they come to almost a complete stop because of the speed humps.
Hey, Dan, so the firefighters said this one-lane malarkey presents significant challenges for emergency vehicle access and aerial truck operations critical to our firefighters' capabilities. Fact, right?
That is fact, and it was written in a letter to City Council member Bobby Wilson by the president of the Firefighters Union, Mr. Ralph Securo, who knows what he's doing.
Love him. So tomorrow, this comes to a head. What's happening tomorrow, sir?
It's a pre-construction meeting at the 21st Street Smallman Conference Center to tell us, the merchants, what the bike lane is going to look like. And we have been desperate to get this stopped because the Strip is a center of commerce, and it belongs to the merchants. We pay the taxes. We employ the people. We have to stay busy. We have to be busy. We need easy access to the Strip district.
We have loved Woolies since I was a little kid, and we still love Woolies. And tell me directly what this will do to your business, sir, that has been there for more than 50 years.
It's actually been there 75 years.
That's more than 50.
People vote with their feet, and if they don't come to the Strip district, we don't get their business.
Right on.
And on Penn Avenue, if it's one lane, traffic backs up, it gets congested, and people don't come to the Strip district.
It'll be a nightmare on Penn Avenue, sir, on a regular basis, will it not?
That is correct.
I mean, it'll be horrible, man.
A real nightmare at Thanksgiving and Christmas time.
Hey, Dan, on any weekend, you will not be able to move down there. You won't be able to park down there. You won't be able to pull over down there. And no one will be able to make a delivery down there, will they, sir?
It'll be difficult. It'll be difficult. Those are big trucks, straight trucks, tractor trailers. They're 50 feet long. They will tie up traffic. It's not a well thought out plan.
What about the city folks, these Domi folks who say that you folks are ignorant, old-fashioned, old school? The only way this works is creating more parking for people, creating more safety and bike lanes, and this is happening regardless of what you do.
Well, bike lanes are, if they're in the right place, they're a good thing. It allows safe travel by bike to and from where you're going, but that Penn Avenue between the bridge and 22nd Street is a very highly traveled lane of commerce. There's trucks, and there are businesses that deserve to have easy access.
So they're having a pre-construction meeting. That means this is a go? Even though thousands of people signed a petition saying no?
3,000 people signed a petition.
This is a go, even though you say no?
I believe so.
Will you take them to court? Will you sue them?
We are in the process of doing that.
You have to, right?
Yeah, for our long-term sustainability.
I find it fascinating that they pretty much said to all the business owners, screw you, we're smarter than you, you don't know what you're doing, you've only been there 75 years. That's what they're saying, right?
That is correct.
It is, right?
That is correct.
And that's ignorant too, isn't it, sir?
Very much so.
Man, it's a horrible way to run a city, isn't it?
It is. You know, there are other places like on Railroad Street that you could put a very nice bike lane that you could travel up and down.
Oh, wow, that's 2 streets over.
2 streets over, 2 blocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Takes you right into the newly revised terminal, which is a beautiful thing. And it's an easy road to travel. You could take your family by bike on Railroad Street.
What do they say about that?
You could not do it on Penn Avenue.
What do they say
What
about
do they
that?
say about that? They don't say anything. They say, we're going to do it on Penn Avenue,
on, man.
whether you like it or not.
Whatever you want, we're all in to help. When we come back, another Strip District legend who says, to hell with this. This is ignorant and stupid. Certainly.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-506-3355. 800-506-3355. 800-506-3355.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high health care insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement health care needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 69 degrees at 10:30. I'm David Bolorado. After taking public input, PennDOT is out with its plan to try and fix the daily traffic headaches at the Squirrel Hill interchange on the Parkway East. Both inbound and outbound traffic will see major changes when the work comes about in a few years. First, if you're trying to head outbound, there will be a longer on-ramp, and it will be relocated to just west of the Greenfield Bridge with a longer ramp and a traffic light at Beechwood Boulevard to regulate the flow of traffic. Inbound drivers will see a stoplight coming to the Forward Avenue ramp, and there will be a new bridge constructed over the parkway as part of the plan to provide trucks and larger vehicles a safer exit ramp. An increased police presence at Duquesne Elementary School today during morning drop-off, as well as later today at dismissal. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has more.
In a release from the City of Duquesne Police Department Tuesday, officials were called to Duquesne Elementary School during dismissal time following reports of a 13-year-old boy standing across the street with a suspicious object. Police officials say the teen is not a student with the district, and he did not appear to have a legitimate purpose in the area. According to police, the increased presence is to reassure the Duquesne community that their children are safe when entering and exiting the school. The teen is charged with firearm-related offenses, including possession of a weapon on school property. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Illinois Governor J.P. Pritzker says there are reports of ICE agents and National Guard troops being moved into place and could be in the city of Chicago as early as next week. CBS News Chicago's Darius Johnson reports.
The president's new push comes after a federal judge says the deployment of troops to Los Angeles violated federal law. The Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul says if troops arrive here in the city of Chicago, they will file a similar suit.
An Impala woman is facing charges after state police say she stole more than $37,000 that had been donated to help an injured relative. 29-year-old Vanessa Lewis is facing theft by deception and other charges. They say she set up a GoFundMe to help her relative after a motorcycle accident in 2022 and then transferred money from that account to her own. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is down 119 points. The Nasdaq is up more than 1%, currently higher by 212 points. The S&P 500 is also higher, up 26 points. KDK Radio News time, 11:31. Our next update is at 11. I'm David Bollerado on The Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, are you turning 65 and exploring Medicare options? With over 50 Medicare plans available to you, it can be overwhelming. MediConnect is here to help. They want you to understand your options so you can choose the best plan for yourself. It's Medicare made simple with one call. Connect with MediConnect at no cost. Their top-rated experts are coming to your neighborhood with their New to Medicare seminar. You don't want to miss this. Call 888-818-6334 or visit MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminar tab. My niece was getting engaged. And look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew. By the time she left there with her fiancé, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiancé did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-949-1441. That's 800-949-1441. 800-949-1441.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand-carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. Two sides. Mondays. Hofstad's. Oakmont. 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have an accident in Churchill, heads up on Beulah Road at the intersection with Forest Drive. Crews are on scene working with that. No accidents in your way on the Parkway East. In fact, that is easing off nicely, but you still have some brake lights collecting between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Brake lights as well on the Parkway West. You're backing up right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Heads up as you are trying to travel on northbound 28 this week. Daylight lane restrictions 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. each weekday through this Friday could be found for you with lane restrictions and shoulder closures at the Route 8 off-ramp at Etna. Again, at the 62nd Street Bridge, exit 5A, exit 6 for the Highland Park Bridge, and exit 7 for Delafield Avenue. So mind your speeds there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be cool by late August standards with a mix of sun and clouds and a high about 70. Clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record is 43 from 1986. Or sunshine tomorrow, the high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You're at the pharmacy counter. You plan to head for vacation, but insurance says it's too soon to refill. The copay's higher than last time, again. And now they need a prior authorization, so you wait and wait for something you needed today. At Blueberry Pharmacy, we cut all that out. No insurance games, no delays, just upfront pricing, fast delivery to Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida, and real people who actually help, like me. Call or text 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com and breathe easy again.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
So the city has paid, and they have this group called DOMI, which is, they study traffic and that sort of thing, and mobility. Their Department of Mobility and Infrastructure, and they did some study and said that they need to save the strip by making Penn Avenue one lane. Well, every single business owner down there went nuts. And the fire department said you're creating a safety hazard. And every single consumer I know says this is the worst idea they've seen in 10 years, since Ed Gainey's last good idea. So then the strip district owners say, and I believe this, traffic will back up with one lane on Penn all the way into Lawrenceville. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let the city ruin a good thing. Isn't that what it seems like, Anthony?
You know, these people, these progressives, hate business.
They do.
They hate business to the point where they're trying to destroy them. But, Marty, here's a news flash. The businesses pay the taxes. These bicyclists do not pay any taxes for the roads or anything. So why are you catering to them instead of the people who pay the freight?
Plus, my man, they've done surveys of 800 people a day using those bike lanes. Seriously, some days no one.
Marty, there's a good reason why buses don't even go down that part of the strip anymore. It's too congested and dangerous. So now you're going to put bicyclists here, cut off west. This is an absurdity. These people, you see, but I blame council. I just don't blame Gainey. I blame council, too, who would fall for this okey doke.
It's ignorant, man. I get so sick of hearing all of it. So DOMI does this study. So the business owners like Dan Woolley and Nino Sinceri is on the line, said, look, man, traffic's going to back up all the way to Ohio if you do this. And so DOMI comes out with a study, a congestion memo that's ignorant as hell. It says that if traffic in the section of Penn Avenue increased by 4.4% annually, it'll take 30 years. It'll take 30 years for congestion to exceed roadway capacity. Come on, man. Come on, Dan, jump in here on that one.
It'll take 30 minutes.
Thank you. 30 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Nino Sinceri, this may be the dumbest idea I've ever heard, sir. Yeah? Yeah?
It's definitely the dumbest one I've heard since I've been down there for the last 60 years.
So you and Dan go way back, and when you both talk about this, you must think someone needs to be drug tested to try to do this in the Strip District right now, right?
There's no doubt in my mind that the people with mobility forgot what it was all about. It was to try to create or keep something that's fair to everybody involved, whether it be residents, business people, or visitors. So now they're saying, we don't care about the residents.
They don't.
We don't care about the businesses.
We don't.
We don't even care about the visitors. We care about the few people that are going to ride bikes down the street.
It's actually really true. That sums it to
Three
hell
days
up.
in a row. Marty, 3 days in a row, I drove from 21st Street downtown to the bus station because they're working on Grant Street. Those 3 days, I saw one guy on a bike in 3 days at 3:30 in the afternoon.
I believe it.
One guy.
So Nino, whose family's been in the Strip for at least 50 years. Hey, Nino, just the semantics of it. How will this affect your business in terms of getting stuff in there?
Well, number one, we won't be able to have tractor trailers come down the street and stop and deliver. People won't be able to get by. Not in the block that we're at,
right,
but for all those blocks before it. So if it stops traffic from coming down the street, somebody that might be going to Strip District Meats or Yinzers or Woolies or Penn Mac or Jimmy and Nino's, they're going to say, hell with this. I'm going to just go somewhere else and buy the stuff.
Hey, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Why does it seem like they won't listen to guys like you who have over 100 years' experience of this? It makes no sense to me, sir.
Because they think they're experts and they want to implement change that's not really needed so that they say they did it. I've spoken to this Jan Rather and
with Domi,
yep, and very obstinate,
arrogant,
certain that he knows a better way, that bicyclists need to be on a main thoroughfare when they could be on Railroad Street.
So Nino, they're going to have this pre-construction meeting tomorrow. So, for all intents and purposes, they plan to go forward. You got to stop this. Are you going to sue them?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Go ahead, Nino. Go ahead.
Well, from what I understand, the organization, the intention is to sue them. Because, believe me, it's going to affect everybody that pays a business tax on that street.
Hey, Nino, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Dan. Why does it seem they don't care what you have to say? It makes no sense to me.
Well, today when young people are educated, they're educated to believe what the future should hold based on cities that are different than Pittsburgh. It's based on Boston. It's based on L.A. and stuff. They're not lucky enough to have what we have.
Sure.
What we have is a diamond in the rough sitting right next to downtown down there. And all the people for all these years, young, old, children, adults, everybody has enjoyed going to the Strip, shopping the Strip. And, when you make it too much of an inconvenience, I'm afraid they're going to quit going there.
Dan?
That's exactly correct. Nino, you said it succinctly.
So you're concerned about the future of your business?
Absolutely.
And, Nino, are you concerned about your future of the business?
Absolutely. I'm concerned about the future of my business. I'm also concerned about the safety of the people that are in those high-rises down there and that are in all those buildings during the day. God forbid there would be a fire or some type of emergency situation. If the emergency vehicles can't get through, how many people are we going to lose?
And that's a lawsuit.
How many lives are worth giving up?
Plus, it's a tragedy.
And Dan and Nino, the Firefighters Union president, who I love, says flat out, this will create a tremendous safety hazard. Will it not, sir?
That is correct.
Absolutely.
But this plan is stupid.
It's a disaster. Hey, Nino, are there businesses that'll pull out, say to hell with it, I'm messing with this anymore?
I think what will happen, I've got fifth-generation grandchildren here working in our buildings down there and stuff. At some point, you say, you know what? I might as well just sell out. I could get a lot of money for the building. I don't have to put up with any of the aggravation. And maybe, I'll put my money into a better use and my time than it is in the Strip if that's the way it's going to be.
Dan, do you have to think about the future of the business if this severely affects it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we love coming to work.
Yeah.
We love what we do. We love the people of Pittsburgh. We are Pittsburghers. We want to see the Strip District survive and thrive. So we need to be able to have a level playing field.
Gentlemen, thank both of you. I appreciate both of you, and whatever you both need, I'm all in. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, Dino.
Hey, Marty, if I may?
Yeah, go.
Two words. They both begin with S. One is slow, one is stop. All they need to do is slow down the traffic. Speed bumps would slow down traffic. It wouldn't slow down the parking, the delivery, and everything else that we need in the Strip to make us survive.
Nice.
Nino, you're 100% correct, and it's always a pleasure to hear your voice.
Hey, without litigation, when does construction start?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you know, Nino?
From what I saw on the news the other day, that could start next spring.
Wow. You got to stop this madness. Thanks, boys. Appreciate you both.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks. Dan, always a pleasure, buddy.
Always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you.
Two great ones. We got to jump in this, folks. We cannot let this happen. The Strip is amazing. Can't let them screw this up. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. As we take a look at what's going on out on the area roads, certainly some slowdowns for you, but they are easing off. So the Parkway West inbound just has some bunching traffic between the on-ramp at the Parkway Center Mall area and the Banksville on-ramp to the Parkway. So a little bit slow there for you on the inbound ride. The outbound toward the western suburbs of the airport, you're moving nicely at this point. Parkway East inbound slowed right at Edgewood Swissvale. 28 southbound, just a minor slowdown right around to that off-ramp for East Ohio Street. Quick reminder for you, you have restrictions out on Washington Pike and Collier Township. Route 50 continues to get weekday work 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. between the I-79 interchange and Mayor Street. Just a reminder, the crews come back during your overnights from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Long live the king.
Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 28th.
It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghrenfest.com.
All right, middle of the week already. Coming off that long weekend, we've reached a Wednesday. We're here. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, KDK.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So we're sitting down, myself and my wife, with Julian Gray next week to talk about a couple things. So think about this, folks. If you have a kid going to college, do you have the power of attorney? No, I'm serious. If they're 18 now and they get hurt and they have to be hospitalized in college, you have the power of attorney so that when you call the hospital, they'll give you medical information. If you don't, you need to get it done. Seriously, it's $500. You got to get it done. It's important and it's viable. Very, very vital. 412-458-6000, grayouterlaw.com, grayouterlaw.com. Also, do you have an estate? When's the last time? So we're putting together a whole new estate plan. Our will was 25 years old. It just doesn't work anymore. So think about your kids going to college so that you can get their medical information if you need it. And think about estate planning. grayouterlaw.com, 412-458-6000. Julian Gray, the best.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Howie from Texas asks, am I okay to skip maxing out my workplace retirement contributions this year and use the same amount to rebuild my cash savings instead? I typically do max out, but we recently had to use a lot of our emergency cash for house repairs. We'd still be able to max out our Roth IRA contributions, and down the road, I will have a large military pension. Howie, I've got no problem with this. Think of this as a temporary pause. It's not even a full pause, and you'll still be contributing to your Roths. You'll be back on track in no time. Good luck.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Oh, I just found what DOMI is an abbreviation for. I did not know this. Department of Moronic Ideas. Okay. Hey. Makes sense to me. Oh, tear down a paradise, put up a parking lot, or speed bumps and some bike lanes. Great idea, Mayor. Jack up the strip. Hey, just so people know the seriousness of this safety issue, this is from Ralph Shakuro, who's a fantastic leader at the fire department. Love him. On behalf of the Pittsburgh firefighters, I'm once again writing to bring to you urgent attention. Significant concerns regarding the Pittsburgh Penn Avenue project in the Strip District. Wow. Substantially reduces, severely limits access for emergency vehicles. Wow. Serious operational challenges during emergency situations. What's he trying to say? We won't be able to get our trucks down that damn street to save people's lives. Thus, we go back to the name DOMI, which is Department of Moronic Ideas. By the way, from an insider who knows this city better than anyone, it's one of the reasons why Pittsburgh businesses throw their hands up in the air and say, I give up. One of my boys, who I love. George, go.
Hey, Marty. Hey, I've lived down there in the Strip for 11 years.
Oh, nice. Where? I like it down there.
Cork Factory.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, in addition to what Dan and Nino said, from 27th Street clear down to the point, there's already a bike trail along the river.
Nice. And a bike lane, as Patrick points out, on Smallman.
And a bike, exactly. So you really, if they're going to close down a lane from 31st Street down to 22nd Street, really, from 27th Street, you already have a riverfront trail in addition to, Railroad Street to ride on. So you're really only talking about 4 blocks for these bikers.
And George, you've been there 11 years. This will screw up traffic big time, sir, will it not? Big time.
It will. It's gotten very busy down there in the past 2 years since the terminal opened up. On a weekend, traffic is terrible coming up and down Penn Avenue and Salmon Street. So it's just going to make it worse. It's ridiculous.
It's a great phone call. By the way, I'm told they're supposed to start this in 2 weeks. There ain't no time. I'm told that the business owners are gathering money right now to hire a big shot lawyer and sue the crap out of them. Eileen, go.
Hi, Marty. I just wanted to tell you about the traffic calming that DOMI has erected in Greenfield. It is almost causing 2 lanes to go into one. Like to get down the road, you have to go around poles, and you go head first into a different one.
Whoa.
The other lane, the oncoming lane. And we got a petition to fight in Greenfield with over 1,000 signatures, and we presented it to Barb Warwick, and she dismissed it and said that in 6 months, because this was her project, that people will forget about it and accept it because they don't want to fight about it.
So they're going to do the same damn thing. What you're saying, they're going to try to do the same damn thing in the Strip, just shove it up your you-know-what.
Yeah, and they don't care. So any criticism of the project goes to Domi, and you can't fight Domi, but it's actually the city council people who are behind all of this and, making Domi be the bad guy.
I got to reach out to Corey O'Connor. Great idea from Nino Sinceri. Let's make sure this gets done. There's no way this can happen. I find it annoying as hell that you have 4,000 signatures and you have legends of the game, Nino and the Woolies, legends of the game, Jeff Cohen, legends of the game, folks who know this, saying stop. There's something wrong with government when government doesn't listen to the people. Isn't it supposed to be by the people? For the people? Last I heard. At some point, folks, we need to rise up. We can't allow Domi to say, you're wrong, even though you've been there 60 years. You're wrong. We're going to screw this up for you so that 2 bikes can go through there in 3 days. Let's turn the Strip into a parking lot permanently and make it unsafe if there's a disaster. Ignorant by definition. Domi, the Department of Moronic Ideas. I wonder what Corey O'Connor thinks. I'm going to find out.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Millions are choosing NordVPN to stay safer online. Get NordVPN today with 77% off and up to 3 months extra. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic and help you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. Get the special NordVPN deal today at nordvpn.com. This offer includes a 77% discount on a 2-year plan and up to 3 extra months. Savings and additional terms apply and can be found on nordvpn.com. The offer is valid until October 15th.
I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically. Love physical. Check it out.
SchultzFord.com. 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 KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 71 degrees at 11 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. A Pennsylvania state representative plans to introduce legislation that would codify an existing Pennsylvania state police policy against assisting in ICE arrests. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
State Rep Abigail Salisbury says in a news release that legislation is needed because entry into a so-called 287G agreement would drain critical resources from Pennsylvania State Police and impair its ability to assist a large number of local police departments that rely on the agency for everyday operations. And entering such an agreement would only increase workloads, further burden taxpayers, and decrease trust by the communities who rely on our state troopers. She emphasized that no such agreement is imminent and that current Pennsylvania State Police does not support working with ICE. Salisbury is currently seeking co-sponsors for the legislation. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The state Supreme Court says Republican at-large County Councilman Mike Ambrasia must run to keep his seat in November. Ambrasia has been campaigning while the GOP fought earlier efforts to require him to run. He was appointed to become the at-large Republican member after his predecessor, Sam DeMarco, stepped down for a position with Senator Dave McCormick. He's running against Alex Rose, who was on the ballot as an independent. The GOP says Rose recently switched his registration from Democrat to independent in order to run for the seat. You'll notice shoulder work going on this week along the Interstate 79 910 interchange up in Wexford. PennDOT's Assistant Executive for Construction, Doug Thompson, says they're widening the shoulder as prep work for the overall bigger project.
And then next week is when we'll start seeing some overnight lane restrictions. We're going to be widening out the 79 northbound, the left median shoulder. So that work will be going on at night next week, and there will be a left lane closure northbound next week.
This week's shoulder work would take place each day through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. A Westmoreland County judge says his Facebook account has been hacked. Judge Scott Mears tells the Trib that someone started fake posts on his account over the weekend that said he was trying to sell his uncle's personal belongings because the uncle had entered a nursing home. The judge says he's even been blocked from his own page and can't delete the postings. He says he's been trying to reach Meta to have the post taken down, but to no avail. The jackpot for tonight's Powerball lottery drawing is up to a staggering $1.3 billion. CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula has more.
It's the fifth largest prize in the game's history. No one has won the Powerball since May. These men have good intentions if they win the money.
Help out family, help out friends, stuff like that.
Take care of my family, take care of my neighborhood, help. What you going to do with all that money?
The odds of matching all six Powerball numbers are daunting, to say the least. 1 in 292 million. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 68 points, but the Nasdaq is 255 points higher. The S&P 500 up 36. KDK Sports, the Pirates will host the Dodgers tonight. First pitch at 6:40. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News time 11:03. Time to call One Health Benefits today if you're thinking about retiring but worried about high health insurance costs. 724-799-8873. Right now it's 71 degrees in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Super September savings underway at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Hickory smoked Sugardale bacon, 1-pound packages, $3.99 each. Jumbo California honeydews, 2 for $5. And selected varieties of Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, 4-count package, $2.99 each. Additional savings in our meat department. Bone-in country-style spare ribs, $1.99 a pound. And boneless, skinless tilapia fillets, $9.99 a pound. In our produce department, locally grown bicolor corn, 6 for $3. And locally grown eggplant, 99 cents each. In our deli department, Eckeridge spicy pineapple ham is $8.99 a pound. And Boar's Head sweet barbecue chicken breast, $11.99 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 6-pack half-liter bottles, 4 for $15.
So get in on all the Super September savings at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Cooler days, shorter nights. Oh my gosh, is summer really coming to an end? It's just started, didn't it? This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. This time is the best time to lose those excess pounds. Why? Because it's now. Give yourself this time to shed those pounds, feel and look better, fit into those clothes hidden in the closet and drawers, decrease or end those meds, move better, climb steps without being winded. Just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Thanks, Marty. As we're looking out over the area, roads not too tough if you're trying to make the commute toward downtown. One warm spot, or hot spot, I guess you could call it, would be the Parkway West inbound. It is slow for you between the runaway truck sand pile and that Banksville on-ramp before you fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. If you have to head in the opposite direction, outbound on the Parkway West, that's a good ride from the Golden Triangle all the way out to Pittsburgh International. Parkway North, no problems there. Same story on Route 65, Ohio River Boulevard, and on Interstate 79. 28 just has a minor slowdown for you as you exit to East Ohio Street or try to make your way over to the ramps for the North Shore Expressway. Parkway East inbound lines up with some slowdowns between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cool but nice day today with a mix of sun and clouds. Our afternoon high reaches 70. Clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record is 43 from 1986. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich & Geist.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Government can suck. What happens is they get caught up in their little world, in their little hyperbolic chamber, their little bubble, and they do the little study, and they do what the study says, and they don't care what actually people on the ground say. Happens every day, happens all the time. It's how businesses fail, it's how cities fail, it's how families fail. I'm going to go read the book. Why don't we talk about it? And so this notion that they're going to fix Penn Avenue by making it a bike lane is going to jack it up big time. And just a letter from the firefighters would stop me. And one of my boys sent me a note. Mayor Gainey could get a lot of credit just tabling it for now. He would have one less negative in his tenure. Gainey don't give a you know what. That's why Gainey's sitting at home, man. Come on. Got his ass kicked. He doesn't care about Penn Avenue right now. That's a fact, Jack. I'm trying to get Corey O'Connor to give it some love. And we're going to draw it to his attention. All right. We have spent a lot of time on immigration. We spent a lot of time on ICE. And I spent a lot of time with the best immigration lawyer in this town, who's become a good friend. And I now stalk him almost nightly while he's trying to enjoy his life, Joseph Patrick Murphy. But this, what happened yesterday, what he witnessed yesterday is where we're kind of sort of at. ICE is getting very aggressive, and it's getting very touchy, and sometimes it's getting very, I could call it dangerous. Could we not, sir? Good morning, Joseph. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. Thanks again for having me on. Yes, it was a little bit of a Donnybrook yesterday at the magistrate's office.
Lay this out for us, brother, because you witness in real time where we're at right now with ICE and what's happening with ICE and the stress of all this.
Well, sure. I talked a little bit about it on the show yesterday. I was going to traffic court with a guy that afternoon, and there's always the concern about people with a not so clean immigration history with these minor things are now getting arrested at these courthouses. We went to the court, we checked in, I signed in.
So hold on, let's back up so people understand the dynamic here. Traffic court. So you're bringing a guy there. What did he have that you were trying to manage for him?
An illegal U-turn and some paperwork violations. He didn't have his insurance card on him.
So minor traffic violations. And is he here illegally?
He is.
He is. Okay, so you head in there knowing that. Go ahead.
Checked in with the court, went and said hello to the judge. Client was waiting in the lobby. There was a couple cases ahead of us. We went out into the parking lot. It was a nice day. Walked over by my car. He went to walk back to his car. And some people, I believe were law enforcement officers, started like jacking with him. Next thing you know, it really escalated quickly into what looked like some kind of fight. He had both files, his file and mine. The papers went up in the air and chased this guy right out into 65.
So right on the highway.
Yes. And I was sure, I mean, we were going to watch either the client or one of those officers get hit by a car, or maybe cars would, I don't know what, it just seemed like a catastrophe about to happen. Very traumatic. Eventually they arrested the guy, of course, but, I have routinely, and I've got multiple videos out on my social media channels, and I'm going to repeat it here. Don't run. These are trained agents. They chase and train to chase people every day. Think about what you do every day. That's what you're good at. This is what they're good at. I have no doubt law enforcement here acted in good faith. They've got a difficult job. But boy, that was something. Really.
So hold on. So let me set this up because we've heard this.
Yep.
And by the way, this is what happens. The ICE folks kind of know what's going down. They went there to snatch your guy, in essence, right?
Yep.
And your guy said, to hell with this, right?
That's exactly right.
And he ran from cops.
Yes. Yes.
My man.
Well, I don't know. These guys, the first guy that I watched talk to him was in plain clothes. And that's the guy he got into the little Donnybrook with.
Donnybrook, you're saying, was there a fight?
I didn't see it. I heard it later from somebody I talked to that a punch might have been thrown. I didn't see a punch thrown. I saw the papers go in the air. But these things happen very, very fast, Marty. I mean,
so hold on. So then they all run across 65.
Yes.
And then there's that hill and those railroad tracks, right?
They went. Last time I saw these guys, they were going across the railroad tracks into the woods there by the river.
And was your guy throwing rocks at them? I heard.
Absolutely not. He was moving too fast. There was no way he was going to be throwing rocks at him.
He wasn't. And was he combative with them? Obviously, he ran.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about what was going on. Again, I heard later that there may have been a punch thrown. I didn't see a punch get thrown, but it was one hell of a kinetic event. And this is, again, why I warn people, don't run.
Wow.
You may not want to be going in, but these people have your name, your home address, they have your cars. In many cases, they've got biometrics on the aliens. They have the ability to find them with facial recognition. It's not going to be effective. The only effective relief from that, if there's any at all, is going to be through someone like me getting you out of detention. You're not going to engage in self-help without getting hurt.
So hold on. They have him now, right? They'll probably just deport him, right?
They do.
Right? They'll deport him. Right?
I don't know, Mark. I wasn't retained for any kind of immigration. The guy just had some concerns and asked me to go to a traffic ticket with him.
But they snatched him. Where was the magistrate?
He was still in the courthouse. We were out in the parking lot because a lot of people were out there. It was a nice day.
Wow.
But I guess I kind of knew something was up when I got to court because it seemed like there were more police than defendants there. But at the same time, this is a justice of the peace. People are going there with routine stuff. They don't need to see this kind of craziness going on.
Where is the justice of the peace? Where is the justice of the peace?
The magistrate was inside the court.
No, where in the community here? Where?
Oh, this was up in Leetsdale.
Oh, Leetsdale.
Right there on 65.
Wow.
Yes.
And they ran into moving traffic to get him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he ran into moving traffic too. And this is the thing. I mean, I get it. Hot pursuit, emotions run high. These things happen quick.
Man. He's gone.
Sorry about that. I got a call.
That's all right.
Yeah. So what's the point of this? They've got his home address. That's where they mailed the citations to. They've got his car, its license plate number.
So hold on. You don't defend his actions. You don't want any of your clients running. You certainly don't want
Absolutely
them throwing
not.
punches
No,
at
no.
federal agents. No.
Absolutely not. This is absolutely unacceptable behavior, and that's what happens when this stuff starts. I doubt there would have been an opportunity, for example, to say, "Oh, I was just kidding." Something like that ends up at a minimum in some sort of tackle, and it's
he'll get deported.
Right there.
He'll be gone in a couple of days, right?
I would suspect so. I haven't been retained on the immigration stuff. I don't know what his history is.
Man. Yeah. And did anyone with ICE grab you after and say, "We got your client, and here's why"?
No.
No.
They did. I came back to Pittsburgh. I did get a call from the court, and they said that ICE was bringing the guy back, and they wanted him to answer the original traffic charges. And then, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes later, the judge called me and said that the government had dismissed the charges because they believe he's going to be deported. I did apologize to the judge for the... Go ahead.
Did you have any idea that you're bringing a guy to court on a traffic citation? Do you have any idea that he would be snatched up and deported?
Certainly not like that. I wouldn't have taken him. But I mean, again, what would the advice be, even if you knew? Because if he skips out on this hearing, then he'll have two agencies after him, ICE and the Pennsylvania. So maybe in the future, some of these hearings could be handled remotely, like we did during Corona. If this practice of sitting around courthouses and roughly arresting people is going to continue.
But it also suggests, my brother, that they're being very aggressive about making sure they get these guys, right?
Indeed, indeed. And this is a sharp turn of events. That's what the Americans voted for, I suppose.
Does this make you nervous now, bringing clients outside the building?
No, I'm not nervous. I mean, the vast majority of my clients are either completely legal or on their way there. But you've got people here that have unusual immigration histories. There was a kind of laissez-faire attitude about enforcement here for the last couple of years, and it's like, why follow the law? No one was enforcing it. We routinely will interview people, and I'll look at them and say, look, you qualify for a green card. Just fill out the forms. Why haven't you done this? Well, there was no incentive. No one was enforcing the law in the past. So now you're seeing a lot of these people coming from the cold. I suppose that's a good thing.
Yep. It's game on.
Yeah.
It's game on.
As I've said, like him or hate him, Trump is good at getting people to want to follow the law.
No, man. You nailed it, brother. It's a hell of a story. Thanks, my man.
It is. My pleasure. Nice seeing you, Marty.
Woo! You watch. He'll be gone from this country in a couple of days. Big time. Wow. I ain't running for federal agents. It's just not happening. Calling the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is if folks are trying to get into downtown via either the Parkway East through the Squirrel Hill tunnels or the Parkway West with the Fort Pitt tunnels, you just have minor delays before those inbound tunnel portals, so not a bad ride for you right now. 28 looks pretty great coming out of the Allegheny Valley. But heads up, this one's kicking off today in the Allegheny Valley in Harrison Township and Brackenridge Borough. Freeport Road, Route 1001, gets weekday lane restrictions between Cemetery Way, and Bakerstown Road. Drilling crews are working there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day through Friday, September 12th. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
T.I. Linley, take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Pirie coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? Huh? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct, and this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year. And a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Marty Griffin, that was a hell of a story. I ain't blaming ICE. They're doing their damn job. They get them how you get them. I think the illegal's an idiot. What do you expect, man? And from what I was told, and by the way, he should have told his attorney what the hell's going on. So he's taking them on a traffic ticket, and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. There's ICE agents chasing him across that highway. And Patrick just pointed out the massive trucks. Lucky someone wasn't killed. And then I was also told that the guy tried to hit an agent. I was also told he was throwing rocks at them. Idiot. One of my boys who knows this stuff said they're being deported in as quickly as 4 days. Bye-bye. I got no empathy for that. I just don't. And this crap that all he had was a traffic ticket. No, man. You get that traffic ticket, you know that. Here's the thing. If you're in here illegally, you know the game now. They're coming at you. They're coming after you. Manage it or don't. Dave, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Yeah, Marty. I live out in the country, and in a way I feel sorry for these people. In a way I don't.
I get it.
There's a way to come into this country legally.
Yep.
We have a nursery near us. They bring in anywhere from 6 to 12 Mexican workers every year through the Department of Agriculture.
True.
They come in May, they go back in October.
It's true.
I mean, any business who wants to hire people, they can go through the government, bring people in legally, and you don't have a problem.
No, that's not true. Serious shortage of visas. A big problem with getting enough people in, but what you're saying is factual. In fact, I have a friend who's a very successful landscaper, and that's how he runs his business. He brings in guys from the Honduras. They work their tails off legally, then they go home legally. So, yeah, this guy here, he deserved what he got from ICE. He was asking for trouble taking a swing at a federal agent.
Whether he took a swing or not, I don't know that. I didn't see anything, so I can't tell you. I'm just saying that there is a legal way to enter this country.
There is.
And if you come in illegally, it can either be a misdemeanor or a felony, depending on how the government wants to charge it.
But they're backed up 5 years on immigration cases for folks who are trying to get their act together to be here legally, so you know that too. I think the whole thing is an insane mess. And it also suggests that anybody out there that has anyone working for them that's illegal, you better know they're coming. And if you think you're just going to court for a traffic ticket, you're wrong. This is one of their tactics, and by the way, it's smart. You know the guy's coming to court for something else, whether it's child support or a traffic ticket. They're going to snatch you. They grab people in court all the time. I think it's fine. I would not want to do that job as an ICE agent. And to the attorney's point that he didn't see them in uniform, probably someone undercover grabbed them first. So what? Bye-bye. And what did Joseph Patrick Murphy say? He's got hundreds of cases. He's never, ever in his career seen this much action. Overwhelmed with cases. And at the end of the day, ICE is doing their job. You can go easy, you can go hard. They'll do either. In this case, we're lucky no one was hurt. We're lucky they didn't have to draw their guns, because if in fact, as I have been told, he was throwing rocks at cops, that could have been a problem. One more point made from one of my boys who's been in law enforcement his whole life. ICE hasn't done this job for years. That's a fact, Jack. It's 1,000% true. I've been sitting in this chair for, 15 years. And up until 6 months ago, we never, ever heard of ICE in this town. In fact, I would check. I really would. I'd say, how many illegals do you have in the jail? So let's say there's 2,500 people in the jail. How many in the jail right now illegal? 50. How many in this town? Less than 1/2 of 1/4 of 1/8 the population. So it's no big deal. No one cares. Now they care. Now they care. And I think for that illegal, he thought, oh, it's cool. It's like the old days, right? I'll see the magistrate. I'll deal with this traffic ticket. I'll move on. No. ICE agents are now being told, do your damn job. Do it all day, all night, and then get up again the next day and do it all over. That's why Joseph Patrick Murphy, the attorney, said he's never, ever, ever been this busy in his entire life. And folks, there ain't no end in sight. And I bet you right now, that illegal they grabbed at court yesterday will be gone from this country by the end of this week, forevermore. Bye-bye.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-949-1441. That's 800-949-1441. 800-949-1441.
Get ready for a Pittsburgh tradition this fall. The 42nd annual Family House Polo Match presented by FNB is back. Saturday, September 6th at Hartwood Acres. Experience the thrill of professional polo. Stroll through a vintage car show. Enjoy food trucks, live music, kids' activities, tailgating, and more. Bring your friends, your coworkers, clients, or the whole family. Kids 12 and under get in free. It's a day of fun to help provide safe, affordable lodging for patients and families. Learn more at familyhouse.org/polo. See you on the field.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information. Free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 75 degrees at 11:30. I'm David Ballarado. Students were greeted with an increased police presence at Duquesne Elementary School today after a student was caught with a firearm outside the campus Tuesday morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
The Duquesne Police Department said in a news release that school security witnessed a teen standing across the street from the school's entrance wearing a fanny pack and holding on to an object and then contacted Duquesne police. Officials say the 13-year-old ran away when confronted by officers but was later apprehended by law enforcement. The boy was wearing a medical glove on the hand holding the object in the fanny pack. Police say the boy is not a student in the City of Duquesne School District. The teen is facing firearm-related charges and was taken to an out-of-state juvenile detention facility. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Breaking news this morning from PennDOT. It says it has selected the plan for the changes coming at the Squirrel Hill Tunnel interchange. So, on the Parkway West, Parkway East, we should say, they will relocate the outbound ramp that causes so much congestion as people are trying to get onto the road, just as people are trying to take the Squirrel Hill exit. Then there will be a longer outbound ramp to eliminate the weave, thanks to a stoplight that's going to be added. The inbound ramp will only be accessible from Forward Avenue, which too will be getting a signal, and the inbound traffic will enter the highway a little bit further down with a new bridge coming to provide trucks and larger vehicles a safer exit. Work is expected to start in 4 years and wrap up in 2032. We're finally going to get some much-needed rain in the area, but just how much should we anticipate?
I'm going to guess somewhere between a quarter and a half an inch of rain. Not the kind of rain that we really could use. It's been pretty dry, but we'll take anything we can get.
That's AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg. He tells the Big K Morning Show the rain will come in two phases, late tonight into tomorrow, and then late Friday night into Saturday. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is down 150 points, but the Nasdaq is up 179. The S&P 500 up 21 points. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update's coming up at noon. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
As an athlete, I'm all about performance and my overall health. I've wanted to improve my smile for a while, but I thought braces was the only option. A friend of mine mentioned she was improving her smile with Invisalign, so I checked out with my local orthodontist and found out that Invisalign could work for me as well. After a quick scan, my orthodontist created my Invisalign plan, and I couldn't be more excited to start. Check out Invisalign.com to find a doctor in your neighborhood. It's great that there are trained Invisalign doctors in our own community here. Invisalign.com.
You know what I love? The punchki. Oakmont Bakery's punchkis. Delicious. Strawberry cream, cherry, raspberry, blueberry, Pittsburgh cream, Oakmont cream, lemon, maple bacon, cookies and cream, apple cinnamon, peanut butter. The punchki rocks. You've got to try the punchki at Oakmont Bakery. Handmade, homemade, unbelievable treat at Oakmont Bakery right now. You know what I say about punchki? They're delicious. Oakmont Bakery rocks.
Check the back seat. Check the back seat.
Gets in your head, right? Good, because every year dozens of children are forgotten in the back seat. Cars get hot fast and can be deadly, so get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment, nestexpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford, nestexpressions.com.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstadt's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstadt's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstadt's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstadt's, Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, as folks are heading out and about, maybe to head toward downtown for the noontime hour, you have a little bit of slowdown on the Parkway East at Edgewood Swissvale. Between there and the tunnels, you'll have the brake lights kicking off and on, so just keep that in mind. If you're traveling through Regent Square, do watch out. We have reports of a vehicle fire on South Braddock Avenue, the main drag there at Biddle Avenue. Parkway West inbound has some slowdowns right around the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. And on the city side of the Parkway East, this is a reminder for tonight, 9 p.m. until 5 tomorrow morning on 376 westbound near the Stanwyck Street exit. You'll find some lane restrictions there as crews do some overnight beam repair work. That is weather permitting. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today, but cool for late August. The high to 70. Mainly clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record, though, is 43, set in 1986. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Long live the king.
Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 28th.
It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghrenfest.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, middle of the week already. Coming off that long weekend, we've reached a Wednesday. We're here. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, KDK.
Along the same lines of the discussion we just had with the illegal being snatched up by ICE, they're doing their job. I would imagine if you were an ICE agent in this region up until about a year ago, you thought, man, this is chill. We don't do squat. Now they do. Now they do. Working their tails off. Same rules, just enforced now.
The unknown person in society.
Look, I've been here my whole life, except for the times I was in Dallas and L.A. and blah, blah, blah. But this has never been an illegal immigrant area. It just hasn't. And even now, it depends on who you talk to. 1% of the population, maybe 2, okay? So there's a couple thousand, but not what you would think in L.A. And in Texas, everyone was illegal. Everyone. And in Florida, in Texas, what they say, about 40% of the guys out there driving who are Hispanic had no insurance on their cars and were there illegal. But in Dallas, and I was there forever, and I was in Oklahoma, same thing. They never thought about it. It was just, okay, they're here, they do work for us, we move on. No one was bothered by it. I'm not exaggerating. It's different now. It just is. And the folks in the game need to understand that. It's just different now. I respect and admire anyone working for ICE that has to now operate in this very intense landscape. It was an easy job with good money. Now it's not an easy job. It's dangerous. It just is. Go ahead, Dickie.
Hey, I have a nephew that works on the border.
On the border?
In Mexico. Yeah, not in the boardwalk, on the border. But he works, like, New Mexico border.
Nice.
He's a deputy sheriff,
okay,
and he rides horseback, along the border. And he doesn't talk about it much, but he did say he's been there 11 years.
Whoa.
That in that 11 years, he's only had 3 people try to come through that were criminals.
Huh.
Only 3.
Wow. That's a small number.
He said, very small.
Yes, ma'am.
And he says
he's missing a lot of criminals, ma'am. They're bringing a lot of drugs through that border. Just saying.
I know.
Not picking on you or your nephew, but I mean, a lot of drugs coming through there. I got to grab my man Bob here because we have a development in the nursing home situation where we've been pushing. But I want to say this regarding immigrants. And if you have people in businesses that use immigrants, you know this is happening to you. So I saw this piece in the Wall Street Journal, and I confirmed it here with the Pew Research Center. More than 1.2 million immigrants disappeared from the U.S. labor force from January through the end of July. That's big. That's big. You're going to see a lot of businesses hurting for certain because they don't have employees. Whether illegal or not, what's happening is, and I've heard from attorneys, like they're just afraid to go out. They're afraid to go to work. And so they're staying home or they're leaving the country or whatever they're doing. It's not helping in terms of keeping these people on the job. 1.2 million immigrants disappeared from the labor force from January through the end of July. All-time record. And what the statistics suggest is a lot of that is unauthorized population. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Self-deportation. All right, it's become personal for us, our effort to put granny cams in nursing homes. And I know I'm transitioning, but there's a new development in this, and we've been pushing this for about a year, and now's the window for state leaders. Now we have attorneys on board. I'm getting the Attorney General on board, and no one more important to this conversation than Bob Garvin, and we're getting some momentum around the state with employees of nursing facilities. Jump in here, Bob. What's happening, brother?
I am totally overwhelmed by this whole thing. After your broadcast yesterday, our biggest hurdle right now, as you well know, is the politics. That's just flat out politics.
Yeah.
And one of our really active dogs with a bone out east talked to that Representative Madden, who's a pretty big roadblock. And they wouldn't talk to him, but they said to the effect, we've talked to you many times, and you know where she stands. And this is the greatest line I ever heard for your audience and for every politician on this issue. His answer was, I know where you stand. She stands on her politics. I want to know where she stands as a human being.
Yeah.
That just blew me away. Since that, and since the broadcast yesterday, we have had 4 employees, active employees in nursing homes, call members of our group, say, hey, here's the situation I have, and we've been telling them, this is what you need to do. This is the agency you need to report this to.
What do they want to report? Abuse and neglect, sir?
Yes, but they're afraid of the retaliation.
I see.
They all start, I can't lose my job.
Right.
To you folks, I'll tell you 2 things.
Yeah.
You're in this job because you care. It doesn't matter unless you show you care. And I can tell you from my own experience and many other experiences over 30 years of doing this, you can live with losing a job. Can you live not making a phone call that could save another person's life or make their last days, hours better?
It's amazing.
And it's crazy. There's only 10 of us, and we've had, probably a dozen phone calls just from your broadcast.
Good.
So please, 2 things I'd like to ask.
Yeah, of course.
If you are out there listening to this right now, we're over 2 million people, call your legislator. Call the governor's office. We need these grant accounts. About 98% could have been.
I lost you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
98% of the incidents we have could have been, let's say, held accountable if we had them in there.
Can't agree more. And it does show that people care. And we're going to keep the pressure on, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
My man, Bob. He's a great man. Look, I've been at this a long time. I'm an old guy. And I've been face-to-face with so many people who jeopardize their lives to give information, who jeopardize their careers to give information. They're out there. People are amazing to me. Honestly, incredible people. And they'll come forward, and we'll get these granny cams, and we'll have it done by next year. I promise you. And we'll start saving lives. Thanks to people like Bob and Attorney Rob Pierce. Seriously, it's good stuff. Love them. Keep calling them, folks. Courage. Or email me, getmarty@kdkradio.com, getmarty@kdkradio.com. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDK AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen, what's up?
All right, what's up is we have a vehicle fire where crews are on the scene. This is in Regent Square, Marty. It's on South Braddock Avenue at the intersection with Biddle Avenue, so certainly could impact you as you try to get down toward the Parkway East on South Braddock Avenue. Just watch for that. Once you're on the Parkway East, just some slowdowns between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West inbound a little bit heavy before the Banksville on-ramp as you try to approach the Fort Pitt tunnels there. Hey, reminder for you, kicking off today in Harrison Township and Brackenridge boroughs, Freeport Road, that's Route 1001, has weekday lane restrictions between Cemetery Way and Bakerstown Road. Some drilling crews are working there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They'll be doing that through Friday, September 12th. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing's going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor, fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
In many ways, Thanksgiving and Christmas are right around the corner. How would you like to sit down at the dinner table, have smaller clothes on, feeling and looking better about yourself, moving easier and faster, welcoming friends and family who are shocked at your weight loss? This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Now is the time to get started so excess pounds will be off for the holidays. It'll be your greatest gift ever. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN. Let's make this a Merry Christmas and Happy Thanksgiving together.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. After several years of serving country French cuisine in Scott Township, Bertrand is closed. The Intimate restaurant was operating on a reservation basis at 1910 Cochrane Road in the Manor Oak Village Plaza before announcing in July that it would temporarily close because the restaurateur behind the space, Lou Bucci, was experiencing health issues. Now it has been announced that the space is closing for good. Also, the future real estate value of a vacated JCPenney store that closed 5 years ago is getting more clear as the new owner of the 78,000 square foot store advances with construction plans to turn it into a new medical office facility. An executive for downtown-based Madison Acquisitions, which bought the former JCPenney store at Clearview Mall a little more than a month ago, and what's a joint venture of a company along with Baker Young Corporation, declined to comment store redevelopment, along with North Hills-based primary care practice Genesis Medical Associates and Tri-State Ortho, currently a 4-office practice specializing in orthopedics and sports medicine. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Got a couple messages sent to me through social media by a young woman. It's actually a hell of a story. It's a wonderful story. We're going to talk to her. We're going to actually go meet her. Let me get her notes here, because I think it raises an issue, because we post videos of homeless folks and in order to draw attention to it, and it's actually been effective. There was a woman in front of the courthouse last week that was on that zombie drug. The sheriff immediately texted me saying, we saw that, we got people there immediately. There was a young man overdosing behind a garbage can on the south side over the weekend. EMS folks saw it, went right to the scene and helped him. People get offended by this. It makes a difference. It creates change. You know, it's why we do it. If it creates attention, people get upset with it, call us losers, ask us why we don't help. And your argument's your argument. How you feel is how you feel. But in this particular case, so Mad Max, who we're going to talk to here in a second, who's actually a true insider, who truly has worked hard to get downtown better in terms of trash and garbage and people on drugs and urinating and defecating on the street. Max has been front and center of that effort. Max did a walkthrough for us in July 10th. And I remember the day because this young lady reminded me of it several times. And in that walkthrough in Strawberry Way, there was a woman. You couldn't see her face, but she was laying like in the fetal position, overdosed. And we got her help that day. Check this out. So she sends me a message a couple days ago and asks me if she can talk and if we would remove the video. Well, I couldn't find it because there's been so many. I thought it was July 17th. I'm an idiot. She's wonderful. And so yesterday morning early, she said, she laughed and she said the video's still there. And her family member had reached out and gave me the different date, July 10th. My fault, not theirs. So I go back to the date and find the video, and it had several 100,000 views, and she was laying in the alley. You couldn't see her, but you could see that it was a young woman, and you could see she was passed out and that she needed help, and she got help. Here's the beauty of this story. She said that moment and the attention that video drew to her family members and friends that cared about her. This is actually a wonderful, sometimes these stories have horrible endings. This happens a lot, by the way. In the last week, I've been able to identify 5 of these kids and hook them up with their family members and or friends and or loved ones because of the pictures and video. People that haven't seen their loved ones in months said, that's my daughter. Where did you see her? And then they go and find them. We're not saying this is all a happy ending. This isn't that. But in this case, this young lady, whose name I won't divulge, says, look, that saved my life. She says, so I get a Narcan. I decide, this is actually crazy. She said that at that time, I had been on the street for 3 weeks. She's a young girl. And she said at that time when that happened, and it drew all that attention through that video, it upset me so much that I said enough was enough. And she checked herself into rehab and is clean and sober and is in what they call a 3-quarter house right now and is very pleased with where she's at and is planning on changing her life and says that this moment saved her life and that for all intents and purposes, she would be dead. I'm not suggesting that this happens with all those folks. And I'm not suggesting that people aren't offended by seeing these pictures. I'm offended by what's happening out there on the streets. A judge sent me some pictures of the 2nd Avenue shelter, and you keep saying that's redundant. It's staying there until they clean it up. It's the only thing that gets them to act. This morning, a judge sends me pictures of the homeless folks laying on the street with pigeons crawling among them and defecating. Okay? So at some point, someone has to say, whoa, this is inhumane. So when we post pictures of a city street in Pittsburgh where leaders like Sarah Namarato and Gainey and Barb Warwick, I should add, allow this to continue. And they see these pictures of these folks living on the sidewalks. Now they're sleeping among pigeons that are defecating, and they do nothing. The best we can do is continue to expose this madness until they address it. And that's why that young girl reached out to thank us. We're going to talk to her. We'll probably go meet her. We're going to have her on the show. I want her to be in the right frame of mind, and I want her to be 100% in for doing that. But she reached out to us and wanted us to know that the video made a difference. It woke her up. It woke her friends up. It woke her family up. It got her up, literally physically up off the streets. We're not suggesting that it's the answer for everyone. And it isn't and can't be. And I understand that for some people, I'm the jagoff. I'm the bad guy. That's fine. I'm a big boy. I can take the criticism. But what made my day was hearing from that young girl. And from hearing from a woman who sent me a note last week. Her daughter was pictured last week, and she went down and got her. And she said that I had helped her sister same way, same drug issues. And God bless her, she said her daughter has been in rehab 30 times. Because people have said, when do you give up? When do you stop helping? And she says, never. But my daughter has been a drug abuser since she was 11 years old. And she's now 19. And they found her through our video on the South Side. Hi. And they're going to try one more time to save her life. Because they have to, because she's their daughter. And it's horrifying. And the pictures are horrifying, but they're supposed to be. And when mom or dad or sis reaches out and says, I found her, thanks. It's disgusting, and it's vile, and it's offensive to you folks, and I get that. But there's a reason behind it. There's a reason behind it. And if it can save a life, we're all in. Shouldn't you be too?
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hello, KDKA listeners. This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A-plus rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA-certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
Well, folks, fall is fast approaching, and the September Weiner Wellness Weekend is the 19th and 20th with workshops from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday featuring Dr. Tracy Stroop, Dr. Len Brantzwitz, and Dr. Dennis Courtney. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2, and, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, all in honor of Jamie Dorley's birthday. The discounts on your favorite supplements start August 25th. All of this is the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 76 degrees at 12 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. After taking public input, PennDOT is out with its plan to try and fix the daily traffic problems at the Squirrel Hill interchange on the Parkway East. Both inbound and outbound traffic will see major changes. First, trying to head outbound, there will be a longer on-ramp and it will be relocated to just west of the Greenfield Bridge, with a longer ramp and a traffic light at Beechwood Boulevard to regulate the flow. Inbound drivers will see a stoplight coming to the Forward Avenue ramp, and there will be a new bridge construction over the Parkway as part of the plan to provide trucks and larger vehicles a safer exit ramp. It was a Rad Pass expansion day today at the Heinz History Center. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush was there and has details.
Dusty Kirk, chair of the Regional Asset District, says their partnership with the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh gives library card holders free and discounted access to some of the region's cultural destinations all year long.
So you will continue to see the classic Pittsburgh attractions like the zoo and the aviary. You will have opportunities like before, but you will also be able to go to the world-class Carnegie museums anytime, every day of the year.
Kirk says with this expansion, RAD is making it easier than ever to create memories that are purely Pittsburgh and to celebrate culture as part of everyday life. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
An Apollo woman is facing charges after state police say she stole more than $37,000 that had been donated to help an injured relative. 29-year-old Vanessa Lewis is facing theft by deception and other charges. They say she set up a GoFundMe to help her relative after a motorcycle accident in 2022 and then transferred money from the account to her own. The Westmoreland County couple who is accused of torturing and killing their adopted son will be tried separately. That's the ruling from the courts there. 36-year-old Lauren Malaberti and 35-year-old Jacob Malaberti are accused of beating their 5-year-old son, depriving him of food, and making him drink water from a toilet. The child died in February 2023. The Trib says a tentative trial date for Lauren Malaberti is set for October. Also, a Westmoreland County judge says his Facebook account has been hacked. Judge Scott Mears tells the Trib that someone started fake posts on his account over the weekend saying he was trying to sell his uncle's personal belongings because he had entered a nursing home. The judge says he's even been blocked from his own page and can't delete those posts. He's been trying to reach Meta to have the posts taken down, but to no avail. Someone could win an estimated $1.4 billion tonight.
I was here yesterday. We purchased some scratch-offs, and I won over $220. So I was like, come back and get some Powerball tickets and have fun.
I don't know I'm lucky or not, but we're going to find out after the Powerball.
The massive Powerball prize is the 6th largest U.S. lottery jackpot. On Wall Street at this hour, we see the markets going in opposite directions, at least as far as the major indices are concerned. The Dow is down 177 points, but the NASDAQ is up 182. S&P 500 up 19. KDK Sports, the Pirates will host the Dodgers tonight. First pitch at 6:40. The news brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 12:03. Right now in Pittsburgh, it is 76 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Super September savings underway at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Hickory Smoked Sugardale Bacon, 1-pound packages, $3.99 each. Jumbo California Honeydews, 2 for $5. And selected varieties of Haagen-Dazs Belgian Waffle Cones, 4-count package, $2.99 each. Additional savings in our meat department. Bone-in country-style spare ribs, $1.99 a pound. And boneless, skinless tilapia fillets, $9.99 a pound. In our produce department, locally grown bicolor corn, 6 for $3, and locally grown eggplant, 99 cents each. In our deli department, Eckeridge spicy pineapple ham is $8.99 a pound, And Boar's Head Sweet Barbecue Chicken Breast, $11.99 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 6-pack half-liter bottles, 4 for $15.
So get in on all the super September savings at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today, but cool for late August. The high just 70. Mainly clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record, though, is 43, set in 1986. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm jazzed for football. I love football. I love it. I love high school, Central Catholic. I went there, as you know. Don't hold that against me. I know we recruit and all that stuff. It's a great school. Everybody goes to college. Changed my life forever. So to hell with you if you don't like them. They don't care, and I certainly don't. I love Central Catholic. I'm full of pride for the kids that went there. And do they give scholarships? Yes. Yeah. That have changed kids' lives? Hell yeah. What's amazing is in talking to Mike White, who's the man, the best high school sports reporter I've ever met in my life, and I'm an old guy, that there are high school jocks getting paid $500,000. That's insane. Wow. I hope they have adults in their lives that can help them with that. I couldn't handle $450. I couldn't handle $500 when I was 18 years old, yet $500,000. My gosh. There are kids in this region, in the Western PA, that are getting $250,000. Their freshman year of college. Wow. I don't begrudge them. It's the game. I just hope they're okay. I hope they're smart enough to manage it, not go out and buy a Porsche and travel and stuff. It happens, man. When you're that age, you make stupid decisions about money. I did. And then there are a couple players on Pitt. And God bless them. I hope Pitt wins. I love Pitt. I love seeing them play. I hope they win the national championship. I really do. That make over $1 million a year. There are so many college athletes that are millionaires now. It's weird. It's weird. I wish them the best. That's the landscape, and for them to win anything, they got to compete with money, and that's what happens. And these jocks bounce around to 3 or 4 schools to get more and more money. It's weird, but it's reality. I wish them the best. I hope Pitt, Larry thinks they'll win 9 or 10 games. I hope they do. Larry knows. He knows that team. I loved watching them, but they were playing Duquesne. With all due respect to Duquesne, they're small guys. Small guys. But I digress. Max is one of my boys, and I mean close friends, and I mean we talk or communicate at least 5 times a day, sometimes more. Why? When I met Max, he started the site Pittsburgh with an S. And his whole point was to point out downtown's grimy. He's the first guy that did this. He posted pictures of people defecating that people found offensive. He posted pictures of people urinating that you found offensive. You were all disgusted by this. He drew attention to it. Resulted in some change, but not enough change. And Max gives a damn and has constantly pointed out the issue of drug abuse and homelessness and alcoholism and mental illness in Pittsburgh and beyond. And I commend him for it. But he also sees the ridiculous, ignorant nature of folks that say we're the bad guys for shooting these videos. And he did something that was kind of blew me away, quite frankly, when he found homeless tents in a local cemetery, which has a lot of folks worked up. And it's way beyond just homeless tents in the cemetery. There's toilet paper, there's drug paraphernalia, and stories from the security people there that they're going in the mausoleums and using drugs and having sex. Okay? This is bad. And we posted that, and I don't know, 50 to 100,000 people watched, and they're saying, we're the bad guys. That it's probably somebody who lost a loved one and they're sleeping by their grave. Okay. Mad Max, my brother, how are you?
Good, Marty. How are you, man?
The ridiculous nature of the general public.
I don't get it, man. It's not like scratching my head. Like, these people come out in force. They just look for anything to be outraged about. So here...
Well, I'm outraged by a damn friggin' homeless people setting up tents in cemeteries and using drugs and having sex and crapping and leaving rolls of toilet paper. How about that?
As you should be. Yeah. As anybody should be. So here, I get a tip that there's a homeless tent set up by a tombstone in the Southside Cemetery in Carrick on Brownsville Road.
Right.
Coworker tips me off. He lives near the entrance, and he says he sees all kinds of prostitution activity going on there where a lady is waiting by the entrance. A truck pulls up. Guy gets out of the truck. They walk in together. They come walking out half an hour later. Wash, rinse, repeat. But anyway,
Max, at the cemetery?
At the cemetery.
Jesus.
And apparently, over the years, people have been going in there and stealing the bronze doors off of the mausoleums and scrapping them.
Drug addicts.
So now, the majority of them are bricked over with cinder blocks, but there's still one or two in there that are, have no door, but there's an entrance. And I'm told that there's been bedding material been found in some of these mausoleums. So, a lot of people are saying, well, that looks like a brand new tent. Well, yeah, it just showed up the day before yesterday, and, it doesn't look very well lived in, but not even 20 feet away from the tent was a roll of toilet paper and a pile of, somebody dropped a deuce.
Right.
So,
everyone's
like, oh.
Someone pooped in the sanctity of the cemetery, that they're angry with us for showing this tent, suggesting that someone's loved one died. And by the way, that tombstone is at least 50 years old. So someone died 50 years ago and decided to go sleep beside the tombstone 50 years later. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So how do you feel about somebody dropping a deuce on your loved one's final resting place,
Thank you. Using drugs and having sex in the mausoleums.
Right.
Come on, man.
So, again, just highlighting the insanity, and people come out, with flamethrowers to, light us up. So
I'm cool with that. It draws attention to it. It'll get this damn tent removed, and maybe get some cops or some security friggin' surveillance out there. You can't have hookers having sex in a mausoleum. Come on, man.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's aggravating as hell, Max, the culture we live in.
It is. And the people that try to make excuses for it, we're heartless, we're non-compassionate, we're, kicking people while they're down at the lowest point.
Max, I disprove that premise, though.
No, I know.
That tent is right above someone who's dead. That tent is right above someone who's dead. And that tombstone is at least 50 years old. There is no way Grandpa decided to go out and find Grandma's grave 50 years later and pitch a tent and sleep there.
100%.
Come on.
100%.
And your sources are saying there's drug abuse and prostitution out there.
That's a fact.
Unless we draw attention to it, it just sits there. And then there will be 2 tents. And then 3 tents. And then 4 tents. And then 55 tents. And then all of a sudden, this will be the campground for the homeless, that cemetery. Why don't we respect the dead? Why don't we do that instead, Max?
I don't know, Marty. I don't know.
It's sometimes hard to wrap your arms around the truth, but the truth is people just like to be jagoffs. They just do.
Yep.
And if we don't draw attention to it, Nothing changes. And I love what you did, and I love your game, and you're the best, man. You know why? Because you give a damn, Max, and thank you for caring.
Yep, appreciate it, Marty.
Brother. Videos on social, and I checked. That is not a relative of the deceased that decided 50 years later to go sleep on grandma's grave. That's not a relative of the deceased. It's a homeless person that decided this was the place where they would hang. And by the way, they're not the relatives of the deceased having sex in the mausoleums. And by the way, the hookers aren't the relatives of the deceased having sex in the cemetery, for God's sakes. And by the way, the hookers and drug addicts aren't relatives of the deceased dropping toilet paper and syringes in the cemetery, for God's sakes. Spare me, please. Spare me.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
My niece was getting engaged. And look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew! By the time she left there with her fiancé, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiancé did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contract. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap Good RX. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little laugh does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? Huh? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct. And this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year. And a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
CBS Eye on Veterans. Veterans have always struggled to get their disability and benefit claims approved by the cumbersome and bureaucratic VA system. Navy SEAL vet Anthony Rivera founded VetAvise, an AI-powered VA claims assistance tool that ensures vets get everything they deserve.
Current numbers are staggering. So there's 35,000 plus claims adjusters, but late last year they were reporting 78% accuracy rating. 22% was inaccurate, meaning they didn't decide on that claim correctly. Frustrating, the veteran are like, I give up. So now, if the veteran presents information through VetAvise, through our technology, it's a 95% accuracy rating.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote renter's insurance at progressive.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I've been hearing a tease report all morning about this kid with this gun. We're going to get into that in the next hour. That's obnoxious. Look, these are a lot of these teens with the guns. We've kind of drilled down on this. And let me throw this out at you. I got insiders data from the city and the county, and they did this crazy report that showed that there's about 250 teens, like that kid that was caught with a gun, that are violent out there on the streets right now. They're violent offenders. And it's so bad that these kids, and the reporting that we did, that they cut the ankle monitor, put the ankle monitor on. Some of the kids cut it off 10 times. Yeah, I'm serious. And from tomorrow's report, if you paid attention, and I did, they said that they sent the kid out of state. So they arrest this kid with a gun. He's 13. And they have nowhere to put him in this whole town or in this whole state. Not one bed. It's a disgrace, man. So they moved him out of town in Ohio. Ignorant, man. Ignorant. So what happens is these teens, they know this, so they just do whatever the hell they want. Honestly. And you want to hear a tragic end to this? I have all the records here. In 8 cases. So they arrest these kids for felonies, whether it's guns or burglary or car theft. A lot of them have car theft charges. And they get down toward the jail and you don't know where to put them because they don't have any space at Schumann because there are only 12 beds because Sarah wants a terrarium in an aviary and skylights in a library, in a playroom, in a diaper changing station. I threw that in there. But it's so bad that 7 of the kids, and they're all under 16 years old. They're dead. No, dead. Yes, murdered. So you might be thinking, oh, who cares? They're felons anyway. I actually care. They're 15 years old, for God's sakes. So you have 6 kids that are dead. Dead. Because we had no place to put them. That's not disputable. And here we are in Pittsburgh with this war going on in the streets and the kids laughing about it until they're dead. And then they're not laughing. It's disgraceful. There's some issues that are unmanageable in this town. And it's why we illuminate them. It's why we talk about these kids. It's why we show them when they commit crimes. It's why we show the videos. So the notion that we're doing this for sensationalism reasons, the reason why I post the videos of the kids robbing gun stores is so that you see what the hell they're doing, and then they get kicked to the streets. And then they get brought to jail and they don't have anywhere to put them, so they let them go. Or they put an ankle monitor on, they cut it off. 7 to 10 times, man. There are 250 of those kids out there right now who would kill you over $1 or get killed. And so all we hear is what? Well, I don't know where to put them. Okay. A kid, this CVS thing was nuts. A kid robbed, got in a fight, beat up, choked. Listen to this. Hold on. CVS.
Basically available downtown units for CVS on 5th, 242 5th Avenue. Callers reporting there's a male inside the store with a box cutter and he's threatening to cut an employee's throat. Okay, units en route to CVS. It's going to be a white male, age 45, gray shirt, jean shorts, brown hair. He's kind of bigger with short hair. He's walked out of the store and is walking towards Zone 2 area.
With a box cutter. CVS. Hold on. Same day. No exaggeration. This is Pittsburgh. Same day.
CVS 242 5th Avenue. See complaint 3 juveniles threatening the caller and other employees. Coffee Smithfield 2015. Under description so far is going to be a black, unknown if it's going to be a male or female book bag with shark teeth. They're threatening to beat up employees when they get off work.
CVS again. No, I'm not exaggerating. Same day. One more. The hits just keep on coming.
Theft just occurred at the CVS on 5th Avenue, 242 5th Avenue between McMaster's and Bullway. Callers reporting someone stole a plastic bag full of merchandise and walked out of the door. They went toward Wood Street off of 5th Avenue. Black female, about 35 years old. I'll show you both en route. She's wearing darker pants and a long sleeve shirt. She's going to be about 5'5", 825.
This is where we're at in Pittsburgh. So we play this stuff because it kind of brings it home. But 3 times in a day, guy with a box cutter, thieves, I'm going to beat up the employees. We know the juveniles were one of the juveniles, they literally brought him 4 doors down to the substation, called his mommy and daddy who picked him up. I am not kidding you. The adults were in jail for a couple of days. They're out too. To which I say, is this as good as it gets? And apparently it is. And that's why we keep illuminating these problems until someone says, you know what, we got to give a damn. Because we're losing our city. And it's happening every single day. That CVS thing is insane.
Be part of the growing family that is Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It's Dan Zang Grilling. I'm a member, and so are nearly 25,000 Western Pennsylvanians. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is up to 7 convenient locations in our region. Remember, if you live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties, you're eligible to join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union for just $5, and you'll enjoy the many perks of a credit union. So learn more at AllegiantFCU.org, federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Online security is a must, and millions are choosing NordVPN to stay safer and more private online. And you can do that too. Get NordVPN with 77% off and up to 3 months extra. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic from data snoopers and internet service providers, while NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro will reduce risk of phishing and alert you about the fake online shops and known scams. And that's not all. If your email address is leaked to the dark web, you will get an instant notification from the Dark Web Monitor and act accordingly. Get the special NordVPN deal today at nordvpn.com. This offer includes a 77% discount on a 2-year plan and up to 3 extra months. Savings and additional terms apply and can be found on nordvpn.com. The offer is valid until October 15th.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 77 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. PennDOT is out with its plan to modernize the Squirrel Hill interchange on the Parkway East, aiming to make it less dangerous for the 100,000 vehicles that use it every day. We have more from News Radio, KDK's David Bolorado.
District 11 Executive Director Jason Zhang says it will be a major overhaul, eliminating the weave that helps to contribute to daily backups. First, for people trying to get off the parkway.
The off-ramp is going to happen much sooner towards the west, towards the city, like under the Greenfield Bridge. So you'll get off there. You won't have to fight your way off.
And for those getting on.
Basically, traffic going inbound is no longer going to go down along Beechwood Boulevard. They're going to make a right onto Forward Avenue at the light, and then they're going to get on the ramp off of Forward Avenue to go inbound.
That will include a new bridge that will go over the parkway, giving trucks and larger vehicles more room. It's all preliminary, and the work won't start until 2029. The plan still requires the relocation of some homes, but removes the least amount of street parking of all the options they considered. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
The idea of addressing homelessness through tiny house villages in Pittsburgh is starting up again, with proposed legislation for the north side and downtown areas. But is it a viable option? Jarrell Gilliam, Executive Director of the Light of Life Rescue Mission, calls it a step in the right direction, but says it shouldn't be viewed as the solution.
Having a tiny home is better than a tent, but it can still be an unsafe condition for people. They're still very small, hence the tiny, and having people cram into those spaces may not be the best way for dignity and respect.
He emphasized that whatever the solution is, there must also be what he calls wraparound services available to address the underlying issues behind why the person became homeless in the first place. Leaders in Butler County have announced a $12.5 million project to expand broadband access in the county. Butler County Commissioner Kim Geyer tells the Big K Morning Show the goal is to expand fiber internet across to all of Butler County.
What this is going to do is it's going to provide business growth opportunities to grow in all areas of the county and not just the southern tier. And so what happened was we recognized early on that if we wanted young people to stay in our county to work and raise families, we had to have access to broadband.
She says the broadband access is a critical infrastructure expectation, especially for the younger generation. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 186 points, and NASDAQ up 200. The S&P 500 is up 20 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
You're at the pharmacy counter. You plan to head for vacation, but insurance says it's too soon to refill. The copay's higher than last time, again. And now they need a prior authorization, so you wait and wait for something you needed today. At Blueberry Pharmacy, we cut all that out. No insurance games, no delays, just upfront pricing, fast delivery to Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida, and real people who actually help, like me. Call or text 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com and breathe easy again.
Over 65 and still on your employer's health insurance? Not sure what's best for you to do? Dina Schmidt and her team of professionals from One Health Benefits provide excellent advice on the best options for your needs. One Health Benefits has been providing people with customized health benefit choices for over 2 decades. You only know what you know, so let Dina and the One Health Benefits experts help you with what they know. Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873. Learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be cool by late August standards with a mix of sun and clouds and a high about 70. Clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record is 43 from 1986. Or sunshine tomorrow, the high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
So if there's a big issue involving someone needing help, this is a fact. You can ask him. I text Rob Pierce. I'm serious. From Robert Pierce and Associates. So, family that I knew was having issues with their loved one in a nursing home. Boom. Robert Pierce and Associates. Interviewed the family, represented the family, fought for what was right for one of their loved ones. That's what he does. They got it 40 years, ma'am. They have investigators. They have people that take care of this stuff. They fight for the right thing. Of Ozempic, a lot of folks have had side effects, bad side effects. Robert Pierce and Associates. Rob Pierce is a warrior for consumers. Folks, he gives a damn. Big time. Robert Pierce and Associates. 412-279-7229. 412-279-7229. Robert Pierce, an associate.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Advertised job openings fell in July to the lowest level in 10 months. Fewer than 7.2 million listed jobs, driven by a pullback in healthcare, retail, and leisure and hospitality. It shows a declining need for workers amid worries about economic uncertainty. Meantime, Reuters reports oil giant ConocoPhillips plans to cut up to 25% of its workforce. Emails going out to employees today detailing the layoff plans. A federal appeals judge ruled Google will not have to sell off its Chrome web browser despite losing an antitrust lawsuit, and doesn't have to end its search engine deal with Apple, which gets upwards of $20 billion a year to be the default browser on Apple iPhones and iPads. It will, however, be required to share online search data with rivals. Shares of Google owner Alphabet up 8%. That's lifting the tech sector. Right now, the Dow is slightly lower, down 0.4%, but the tech-heavy NASDAQ up 0.8%. The S&P 0.25% higher. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing is going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor, fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
People take care of their homes in all neighborhoods in the city and outside the city. But I would challenge you as a casual observer to drive through the city of Pittsburgh in most of the neighborhoods that don't get the attention of, let's say, Groovy Side, where the mansions are, Squirrel Hill, where the mansions are, and the private schools. I love them both. I say go through Lincoln Larimer. I say go through Knoxville. Let's say Brownsville Road. I say go through neighborhoods that don't get the attention. And look at the disgusting grime and the inability of the city to maintain the properties that it owns. 8,000 vacated properties, collapsed houses. And not being able to do their job to clear up what they promised to clear up. And what it does is it creates a nuisance. It creates disgusting crap on the sidewalks and a horrible look for the neighborhood for folks who actually give a damn. Like Jamie in Knoxville, who joins us this morning. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This annoys the hell out of you, doesn't it?
Oh, my God. It's just disgusting. It smells. There's piles of dog crap. Like, I don't know if somebody ripped bags open or they just threw bags of dog crap in that lot, but that lot hasn't been touched at all this summer. And I've emailed, called 311. I have emails back from them stating they were here. They're trash. There's a lot of people over here that are handicapped and in wheelchairs. They can't get through there.
Hold on. So let's back up here because she's telling a true story. And if you happen to be watching our stream, Patrick is posting this video. So Jamie's one of the folks who gives a damn, quite frankly, in Knoxville.
Yes.
Who gives a damn about her neighborhood and her property. And there's this crap hole right there on the street that is covered in trash and poop and furniture and all sorts of, and the city promised to clean it up, didn't they?
Yep. They were here. They were out there. There was a waste management truck was here.
What?
And the Public Works was here. Nothing was done. They left.
What do you mean?
They got out of the truck. They got out of the truck, looked and left. Like they looked and left. This has been out here for 2 months.
2 months.
The lot has been filled with dog crap for the whole summer, plus probably the spring, but at least the whole summer. And there's rats down there. There's raccoons every night in the alley.
And this is your neighborhood.
Yeah, it's 2 buildings up from me.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It is horrible. We don't like this around here, and they're not doing anything. They're like, oh, report it to 311. Well, I have multiple emails back from them, and there's still nothing done.
And by the way, if we look here to Jamie's point, there's a friggin' mattress, which is disgusting, a couch, which is
horrible.
disgusting, all this beat-to-blank furniture, right?
Yep, a lot of it came out of the apartment next door. And apparently the landlord said that they were getting a dumpster. That's what the property manager has said. But, I mean, there's no dumpster. There's nothing. Nothing's being done.
And no one seems to give a damn about you or your neighborhood or your friends living there.
No, the Public Works trucks drive by us, and they look at this stuff. Empty trucks. What are you doing with the tax money? Like, what are they doing? This is ridiculous.
It's shameful, folks. If you get the chance to look at the stream, and I just posted it on social, It's actually gross. I know the Public Works guys. Throw the address out there, my friend.
It's the 400 block. It is right where the library and the laundromat we all use is. And like I said, the handicapped people in the wheelchairs have to go in the street or across the street and then back over onto this side to go do whatever they're doing.
That's disgusting.
It's very horrible. And there's rats up there. I can't put my dog out at night without going out with him and making sure there's not raccoons or a possum again, or because we've had possums. Like, we don't mind the stray cats because there's a couple of them, but these raccoons and rats, like, that's horrible. I can't take it no more.
Jamie, you deserve better. You deserve better.
Like, I didn't know who else to call because the city's driving past it. Like, what?
All right.
I don't know what else to do.
Public Works, come on, guys. 400 block, Brownsville Road, Knoxville. Well, she made several points. It's right across from the laundromat people use. It's right across from the library. And if you see this video that Patrick is streaming right now, as to Jamie's point, the folks in wheelchairs can't go past there because the sidewalk is blocked. So it's dangerous to them.
There's a parking meter right there.
Oh, my gosh.
That doesn't work. Yeah, that's in the video. It doesn't work. It was broke like multiple times. So everybody that parks over here still ends up with tickets.
What?
Where are we supposed to even put? Yeah, you get tickets out here. We live on Brownsville, but we still get tickets. But that stupid thing doesn't even work. They tell you, you got to use the app. A lot of elderly people around here don't know how to do do
Yes, ma'am.
So they're getting tickets.
You know how to use a phone, and you called 311 a dozen times, and what do they tell you?
Oh, I get emails back stating that they're coming, and they never show up. Or they just come and they leave again. There's nothing done.
Send me all those emails, all right?
I sure will, sir.
I'm on this until it gets done, Jamie. I promise you, my dear.
Appreciate it. This area appreciates it because this is just out of control. The rats, there's children that live in these apartment buildings, can't play in their own yards because there's vermin.
Hold on. This
That's
is another
horrible.
This is another point. If there's any kids, I wouldn't let them near that.
Oh, yeah, they don't. They definitely don't. They keep them away from there. But that's the point. Like, how can the kids even play in their own yard if you got vermin coming across,
Jamie,
it's
what
horrible.
I would say is, don't you think we deserve better, my dear?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Like, I clean the front of my sidewalk. We can't even get a trash can on this block. I keep bags on the telephone pole so people have somewhere to throw their trash.
We're on it.
We don't have a parking meter that works. It's craziness.
We're on it. I promise you.
I really appreciate it.
Sweetheart, if you see this a Public Works truck, just send me the video or text me, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much again.
I love her. And she went out there and shot a video and narrated it for us. It's actually disgusting. My man Steve Mazza, who I love, and he's right. This happens all over the city because these out-of-town landlords. There are 8,000 vacant properties, and so they dump their crap and walk away. He's right. But at some point, if the city has trucks, and they do, and they have employees, and they do, and the crap's on the sidewalk, and it is, as in my neighborhood, if I put furniture on the street on Sunday night, this is the truth, Monday morning, Mount Lebanon takes it away. If I put that mattress in front of my house, it's gone by Monday afternoon. That's their job. Wouldn't we expect the same for folks who live in the city? I would. If you're listening, Public Works, I love you. You work hard. You get jacked around. But someone, please help the folks in the 400 block of Brownsville Road in Knoxville, please. They're good people. They deserve it. Really do.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntingdon and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that's not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like Bill from Mars. Bill's neuropathy got so bad he couldn't sleep due to the pain and was losing his balance, causing him to have frequent falls. Then Bill found Tri-State Neuropathy Centers. Their effective FDA-approved treatment program greatly improved Bill's neuropathy, and now he's sleeping through the night, can feel his feet again, and has no more pain. Listen to Bill's complete story at marydancedin.com. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help Bill along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Come on, man. Cities work when they work. As stupid and redundant as that sounds, they fail when they fail. And they fail when they don't care. They fail when there's no organization, no enforcement, when there's no action plan. And you go into neighborhood after neighborhood and you say, that needs to be fixed, and no one fixes it. So you have a wonderful group of residents up there who love this town and love their home. And then you have this lot, which is disgusting, and they have this furniture sitting out front, and everybody says that's not my job. So it rots there for 2 months. That's not how cities work. It just isn't. It's the same argument I make about 2nd Avenue Commons when the city promised us and the county promised us they were going to clean up 2nd Avenue Commons and they're going to arrest the homeless folks or offer them shelter or counseling. So they came in 2 weeks ago. They did on a Friday, and they did it. Cleaned it up for 2 hours. So it was a show of force, which we had video of, and everybody felt good about themselves, and we said, wow, the city's stepping up, but they're not. Because one of my boys sent me pictures this morning of the 2nd Avenue Commons and 5 people laying asleep on the sidewalk with crates to store all their stuff, dogs in cages, and pigeons pooping right by their heads. When a city fails, it fails because the city doesn't care. There's no enforcement. People said, we did that 2 weeks ago. Right? Roads and bridges. When you have no money for roads and bridges, then the roads and bridges break down. They have no money to pave the roads in Pittsburgh for the next 2 years. That's a fact. So now you have this city in ruin thing that Bruce Springsteen song. My city in ruin. And it happens. And so you have this, right, this decline of a city that's great. And then what you do is you go into a really wonderful part of the city, the Strip, because you can't fix the mess downtown, or you don't want to. You can't fix this mess on Knoxville that's sitting in front of this house because you don't want to. You can't fix the mess on 2nd Avenue, I guess, because you don't want to. So what you decide to do is to jack with the insanely successful, really cool Strip District by taking Penn Avenue and making it one lane so 4 bikers a day can follow through there. It's nonsensical, but it's how cities with no plan or direction or template for success manage. They just don't. They bounce around. It's this way across the board. And it's not really hard to understand why it fails, because there's no leadership. There's no template for success. Gainey gave up. He's good with scissors. He cuts ribbons now. You heard the guys this morning from Woolies and from, from Sinceri's. You heard the Sinceri folks, Nino. They try to call Gainey. Nothing. Why? Because he quit. He's done. And the point is, what happens is people lose faith. Jamie's out there. She really cares about her neighborhood. She's called 311 a dozen times, and every time they say, we've already been there and cleaned it up. Oh, okay. I don't know what to tell you, but they haven't been there. There has to be a plan. There has to be a leadership plan. Day in and day out. Because if there isn't, it just gets back to where it was. And what it is right now is grimy. Kevin Ackland, one of my friends who's the president of the Penguins, he now has a big law firm job, and he's a leader. He's run for mayor. He has a Harvard law degree. And he says, look, I would come in on my first day, and I would power wash every street downtown. It's that grimy. He's right. And he'd fire 300 people. He's right. There has to be a way to find that motivation again, to be great again, or not. And my point is, if I work for the city, and I'm a public works guy, and a lot of them are really good employees, and some of them aren't, and I got an empty truck, and I'm driving past that house on Knoxville, and all that crap is out there, I'm saying to my boy, let's do this, man. Let's pick this up. Huh? Ain't our job. And so then the job doesn't get done. And then Monday goes to Tuesday, and we're 3 months later, and the people in Knoxville think the city sucks. Well, why wouldn't they? Jamie just wants to live in a city she loves. And how can she have respect and admiration for city government and leadership when she's been calling and asking for help for 3 months, and they say they already helped and they haven't helped? No one wants to be. They just want to go to lunch. And there's no leadership, no template for success, and as my boy Steve says, no accountability. No one says, hey, Junior, why didn't you clean that crap up on Knoxville today? If you don't do it now, we're going to get rid of you, sir. And why wouldn't there be Junior out there who says, man, I'll just do this on my own because I love this town? I don't know. But there are 8,000 Knoxville examples in Pittsburgh right now. And 8,000 isn't good. The largest slumlord in the city of Pittsburgh is the city of Pittsburgh, leading by example. Why would you think they would clean up your stuff, Jamie, when they can't clean up their own stuff? Which goes back to my original point. Where are the leaders? Where are the helpers? We're still looking.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop. Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstadt's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstadt's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstadt's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstadt's, Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it. Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. Their teams at MediConnect, they see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their services. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
Celebrate September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of these huge savings. Zero Res.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 78 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. With their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor, trustpj.com. Students were greeted with an increased police presence at Duquesne Elementary School today after a student was caught with a firearm outside the campus Tuesday morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
The Duquesne Police Department said in a news release that school security witnessed a teen standing across the street from the school's entrance wearing a fanny pack and holding on to an object and then contacted Duquesne police. Officials say the 13-year-old ran away when confronted by officers but was later apprehended by law enforcement. The boy was wearing a medical glove on the hand holding the object in the fanny pack. Police say the boy is not a student in the City of Duquesne School District. The teen is facing firearm-related charges and was taken to an out-of-state juvenile detention facility. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The Westmoreland County couple accused of torturing and killing their adopted son will be tried separately. That ruling from the court says that 36-year-old Laura Maltaberte and 35-year-old Jacob Malaberte are accused of beating their 5-year-old son, depriving him of food, and making him drink water from the toilet. The child died in February of 2023. The Tribune Review says a tentative trial date for Lauren Malaberte is set for October. An Apollo woman is facing charges after state police say she stole more than $37,000 that had been donated to help an injured relative. 29-year-old Vanessa Lewis is facing theft by deception and other charges. They say she set up a GoFundMe account to help her relative after a motorcycle accident in 2022 and then transferred the money from that account to her own. The state Supreme Court says Republican at-large County Councilman Mike Imbrascia needs to run to keep his seat in November. Imbrascia has been campaigning while the GOP fought earlier efforts to require him to run. He was appointed to become the at-large Republican member after his predecessor, Sam DeMarco, had stepped down to take a position with Senator Dave McCormick. He's running against Alex Rose, who's on the ballot as an independent. Imbrascia says he has no plans to appeal.
No, we're done. We see the writing on the wall. We kind of figured that a Supreme Court that is weighed 5-2 Democrat to Republican wasn't going to go our way. So we're just going to move full throttle on running a campaign, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The GOP says Rose recently switched his registration from Democrat to independent to run for the seat. PennDOT is out with its plan to modernize the Squirrel Hill interchange on the Parkway East, aiming to make it less dangerous for the 100,000 vehicles that use it daily. We have more from News Radio KDKA's David Bolorado.
District 11 Executive Director Jason Zhang says it will be a major overhaul, eliminating the weave that helps to contribute to daily backups. First, for people trying to get off the parkway.
The off-ramp is going to happen much sooner towards the west, towards the city, like under the Greenfield Bridge. So you'll get off there. You won't have to fight your way off.
And for those getting on?
Basically, traffic going inbound is no longer going to go down along Beechwood Boulevard. They're going to make a right onto Forward Avenue at the light, and then they're going to get on the ramp off of Forward Avenue to go inbound.
That will include a new bridge that will go over the parkway, giving trucks and larger vehicles more room. It's all preliminary, and the work won't start until 2029. The plan still requires the relocation of some homes, but removes the least amount of street parking of all the options they considered. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 213 points, the NASDAQ up 201, the S&P 500 up 18 points. KDK Sports, Pirates and Dodgers again tonight at PNC Park. First pitch set for 6:40. It's game week for the Steelers. They will take on the Jets at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. They'll kick it off at 1 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time, 1:03. Right now it's sunny and 78 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment. NestExpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford. NestExpressions.com.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cool but nice day today with a mix of sun and clouds. Our afternoon high reaches 70. Clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record is 43 from 1986. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Be part of the growing family that is Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It's Dan Zangrilli. I'm a member, and so are nearly 25,000 Western Pennsylvanians. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is up to 7 convenient locations in our region. Remember, if you live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties, you're eligible to join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union for just $5, and you'll enjoy the many perks of a credit union. So learn more at AllegiantFCU.org, federally insured by the NCUA.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The Mad World, one of my all-time favorite movies. But it is. This story's so redundant that it almost sounds as if it's redundant. Oops, that's me. David Highfield checking in. This is the world we're living in this very circular conversation of crime and teens. This really caught my attention early this morning when I got a text about this. So this kid, think about when you were 13. I was thinking about buying a bicycle. I was working as a paperboy, and I was saving up my money, and I was also working at the Kenilworth Pharmacy in Groovyside to buy a Raleigh Grand Prix, my first 10-speed. That's what I was thinking about. I ate pizza, and I had a paper route. So on the paper route, I get donuts and candy from Carl's store. Carl's store. Everything costs a nickel more. You won't get your money back because Carl drives a Cadillac. He hated that when we sang that to him. Carl did. This kid, he's 13 years old. The kid was taken into custody during dismissal time at the school. 13 years old, man. A gun was found on him. Gun. He's standing across the street from the school, and they thought his behavior was odd. He was holding an object in a fanny pack. Didn't appear to have a legitimate purpose in the air. This is a Pittsburgh police statement. He was wearing a medical glove. I have no idea what that means, or I have no idea what he was trying to do with that. And then he had a gun on him. Okay? Now, in my world, this is what I would call burying the lead. So, typical, the Pittsburgh police kicked ass and grabbed the kid. Maybe he was there to kill someone. Who knows? Maybe he was wearing the glove. He didn't want fingerprints. Maybe like Michael Jackson. I don't know. But he's 13 and the cops snatch him up. They get the gun. Crime prevented. No one dead. No one hurt. Here's the hook. This is the story that's annoying and aggravated and disgusting and why we have a horrible problem with criminals roaming the streets that are all teens. They had no beds at Schumann. Shocking. The Schumann Center has 12 beds. It's supposed to have 60. But what happened was Sarah Innamorato had a meltdown. This is truth. She blew through $26 million and told them it's going to cost $60 million to build it. And she wants a atrium, skylights. She wants open spaces. She wants the children to be able to walk freely in the building. If I'm lying, I'm dying. She wants a library, average stay 8 days. The developer blew up. The administrator blew up. The contractor walked away, and here we sit with 12 beds instead of 60. He might have been smart enough, according to one of my boys, and Patrick mentioned this, that he didn't want residue from the gun on his hands. I don't think he's smart enough. He's 12 years old, Chief, or 13. I just think he's an idiot, headed for death. So they get him in the car. They call Schumann. We got no beds. Huh? Can't put him in the jail. Huh? Can't put him in the facility outside of the county. Huh? Where'd they take him? Out of state. I'm not kidding. Here we are. Committing crimes with impunity. My insider, law enforcement for more than 40 years, Jim Klingensmith. Not surprising, though, is it, sir?
No, it's not. The never-ending story, like you said, or nightmare, however you want to put it. 13-year-old kid sitting around the outside of an elementary school, didn't belong there, didn't go to that school. Something was on his mind that he wanted to do with a gun with a rubber glove on his hand.
Yeah.
So anyways, when they did get this individual in custody, hats off to the Duquesne police for busting their butts, man.
Sure.
This kid is not going to be incarcerated without the cops doing the extra job that they always have to do because the courts don't support them and the politicians definitely don't.
And by the way, that kid could have killed someone.
I'm surprised he didn't, to be honest with you. Them kids are so apt to shoot so quick. I mean, they just don't care. They have no value of human life at all.
And people think you're being callous, but you live this with these teens. And we saw the records. There's 250 of them out there who are serious offenders that they can't hold anywhere because they have no space anywhere, sir. Right?
Yep, there's definitely a dark side to our system and our communities. And these kids, even the old gangsters, they're nervous of these kids. They're intimidated by them at times because they always say they're so unstable and crazy. All they want to do is shoot everybody.
That's actually a great point. So they have no fear of dying or death because they just don't know, right?
There's zero fear. You know, they act like kings, and you know they got their guns and their money, and they flash it around, and you know, they want to act like kings, but they don't want to deal with the consequences.
So, do you think this kid was savvy enough that he was actually wearing a gun, the glove, to protect his hand from residue? Really?
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't either.
He might something online or come up with an idea to put his guns, you know, the glove on to protect his hand. But the interesting thing about all this is, you know, what the police did. They did an outstanding job on this case, top to bottom. They put in the extra work when they got this kid into custody.
They did.
So obviously they know there's absolutely nowhere to put him around here.
Nowhere.
Definitely not Allegheny County.
Nope.
And it's iffy throughout the state. So the cops were able to sit down and systematically call all over to every juvenile facility they can get their hands on to try to find a bed to put this kid.
Whoa.
So they actually located in Jefferson County, Ohio, one of our listed facilities that they're willing to accept. They had an open bed, and we sent them to Jefferson County, Ohio, because the cops put in the extra work. They busted their butts. They called all these facilities. They had to shop around to find a place to put a criminal. Is that insane?
Yes. Yes.
They had to shop for a place to put him. He's a criminal.
Dumb question.
So,
how do they get him there? How does he get there? Who drives him there?
I would imagine it's probably the sheriff's department because what happened is once they actually located a bed, they were actually able to find a juvenile court judge who deemed him a legitimate threat to the community and lodged him on a juvenile detainer, Jefferson County, Ohio, because we have nowhere to hold him.
So now what happens? Now what happens to this kid?
So he'll have a detention hearing within 3 days, and they're either going to keep him or release him.
My guess is release him, right? Call mommy.
I wouldn't be surprised. But, the cops were, hey, that he's sitting out in front of a school with a gun.
So Duquesne did all this work. Duquesne police.
Yes, they did.
It's great info,
Yes, they did. They did a great job. They were the ones that got this kid off the street. They put in the extra work. So then they were able to go to a judge and say, Judge, we need to get this kid put down because he's a threat to, the community. We actually located a facility. So we have a facility. If you incarcerate him, we'll get him there. And that's what ended up happening.
But it's a disgrace that Schumann still has only 12 beds. It's a disgrace, isn't it?
It is. So I just found out today that the facilities that Allegheny County can use to detain juvenile criminals now is one, Jefferson County, Ohio. Adelphoi Manor is in Ebensburg and Latrobe.
Okay.
And they used to be involved with Schumann Center, but I heard that they're walking away.
They are. They had enough with Sarah.
Yeah, so we have Jefferson County, Ebensburg, Latrobe, and a $21 million luxury garden housing facility now called Highlands, formerly known as Schumann Center, has 12 beds.
Can you hang on for a minute?
Yes, sir.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and he's amazing. Think about what you're hearing, folks. Oh, Patrick, that's Steubenville? That's amazing.
That's Steubenville.
Wow. All right. We're going to get the county councilman involved in this next. Hang in there.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Super September savings at Coons Market. Sugardale bacon, 1 pound package, $3.99 each. California honeydews, 2 for $5. Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, 4 count package, $2.99 each. Come see us at Coons.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contract. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little laugh does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Shop incredible end-of-summer savings at the Scandinavian Designs Labor Day sale. For a limited time, take up to 70% off select modern furniture and decor for every room in your home, including living room, bedroom, dining room, and more. This is the perfect opportunity to get your space prepped for the party season ahead. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple, you make it home.
What does a teddy bear dream of? A teddy bear dreams of a best friend that tucks them in at night and wakes them up in the morning, who they share laughs and very secret secrets with. A best friend who they grow up with. What teddy bears don't dream of is being left alone, outside in the rain, in a shrine for school shooting victims who could have been their best friends.
School shootings are preventable. Learn the warning signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Disheartening as hell for several reasons. Number one, primarily that a 13-year-old's carrying a gun, sitting outside of school with bad intentions. Number two, it's scary as hell that the Duquesne cops, by the way, great job picking him up. Number three, it's scary as hell that there's nowhere in Allegheny County to keep him. They had to take him out of state to put him in some detention facility in Steubenville, Ohio. So they had to drive this kid out of state with the bad gun because the Schumann Center sucks. And I had to grab County Councilman Mike Ambrosio. Mike, this is the same old, man, and this story's getting old, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, hey, Marty, thanks for having me. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. First of all, big props to Duquesne Police.
Yeah.
But sadly, having to transport a kid across state lines because, sadly, our county of 1.3 million people, you'd think we'd have more than 12 beds to offer.
Come on.
Yeah. So.
And Mike, there's no movement on that really, and it's not changing anytime soon, is it?
There isn't. We have a lot of council members that are working feverishly on this one. Notably, our president, Pat Katina, Michelle McRatty-Chapkus, who really has been spearheading a lot of the comms with the county manager's office and the county executive's office. These cost overruns, I think you've well documented and shared with your viewers quite frequently. In fact, how are these cost overruns? What's generating them? What's the source of them? And I think a lot of it can be pinned on this consultant that they hired out of Philadelphia, which really gets under my skin. We've hired a third-party consultant, so to speak, to come in and manage the damn place in this Adelphoi, which was a huge mistake. They're charging us an insane amount of money that, when it's all said and done, this could exceed 9 figures, Marty, of county taxpayer dollars over 5, possibly even 10 years. It is by far cheaper. I shouldn't say cheaper. It is way more cost-effective to have the county operate this facility. And as a refresher, the county taxpayer pays this Adelphoi the same amount of money every year, regardless of whether there's 1 bed taken, 12 beds taken, or 60 beds taken. So we're on the hook, man. But, why did we have to hire a third-party consultant out of Philadelphia, of all places, to tell us how to build a structure that is, quote, trauma-informed care?
So, Mike, is it still at a standstill?
Quote, trauma-informed.
Because Sarah wants the atrium in the library and the diaper changing station. I threw that in. Is it still at a ground to a halt, sir, because of this conflict?
100%. Trauma-informed care seems to be the flag that we're carrying here to help, basically for juveniles that have an average stay between 10 and 14 days.
Yep.
You're not going to put the folks through school. You're not going to put them through this heightened level of rehabilitation in such a short period of time. But we simply need a place, Marty. We need a place.
Hey,
you've heard me before.
Hey, Mike, is she still ignoring you, shut you down because you're Republican and you have a different voice?
Yeah, I think so. I really do. Sadly, and a lot of my colleagues on council actually see this and they laugh about it. It's very well known across basically every member of council that the administration doesn't really want to factor my opinion. Listen, Marty, the entire office signed the petition of my opponent. Let that sink into you.
Oh.
Yeah. A guy who's classified as an independent, but the Democratic chair, who is basically dead man walking from what I hear, because there's a lot of key Democrats that don't like that dude, because he's basically trying to take down the party, ruin the party.
But right now, they want you out, and right now there's really no place to put juveniles, as we have learned. We had to drive this kid to friggin' Ohio because of what you just discussed.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's countless things. It's funny, Marty. When I was on your show about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we were just rapping about Schumann the very first time, that triggered a firestorm within the administration to go to our offices and say, hey, listen, all Schumann dialogue, all Schumann reports, all Schumann details roll through this office, the county manager's office. That's a fact.
So they shut you out.
That is a fact.
They won't even give you information.
Oh, no, the best part is they shut everybody out. It's not just me, buddy. They're shutting out my council colleagues, of which have my back on this whole thing.
Hold on. Jim, I just hung up on him. Jim, none of this surprises you. The politics ruins the whole damn thing, doesn't it?
It always does. They're going to ignore him, and they want us to take all the information and have one place to control it all, what comes in and what goes out, and they don't want the truth out there. So the more this councilman's talking about it and we're talking about it and so forth, they're finding a way to protect it instead of dealing with it. They're trying to find a better way to secure the information so that the people don't find out about it instead of fixing the problem.
So, Mike, they really don't want the problem solved. They just want the information to go away, right?
The latest word that we got yesterday, and this was basically sidebar, is that, hey, quote, we have a plan, we know what we're doing, and we think we can have a pod or two up by the conclusion of 2026.
Whoa.
Yo, brother.
Well, but hold on.
Year and a half to put up 12 to 20 beds?
But you're not privy to it?
Not yet. Wow. We've been asking for 3-4 weeks.
Wow.
The whole council, not just Mike.
So they're afraid. They're afraid to show the world this atrium thing, this diaper changing station thing, the library thing. They're afraid, aren't they?
There could potentially be backtracking going on because the light has been shining so bright on this, where the first PowerPoint deck, and it is all around this funny PowerPoint. It's funny that we're even talking about PowerPoints in this day and age, but this pitch deck that we were supposed to review, that all of a sudden the news, likely you and KDKA and many others are shining the spotlight. No, we're just going to share that. We're not going to share that just yet.
Wow. They've gone dark, baby.
Hey, Marty, this is the people's business, man. This is the people's money, and let's remove politics from it for a second. This has to be done. Our communities are and finally,
you're right, man.
Just yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, there was an emergency meeting in the Woodland Hills area that my colleague, Councilwoman Nakaradi-Chafkas, attended. About 40 or 50 people with some awesome community activist, Lee Davis. If you haven't spoken to Lee Davis, you better get him on.
Okay.
This guy is a pro at de-escalation and working with hardcore youths in that region. The amount of deaths that have occurred well over a decade in the Woodland Hills area, 140 deaths, of which north of 100 are unsolved.
Oh my God!
By violence. Wow. Man, this is getting deeper and deeper, and it's sad.
Gentlemen, I love you both. Big Jim, thanks. Mike, thanks, brother. Truth to power.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Marty.
All right, boys. Man, sickening.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 80 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. An increased police presence at Duquesne Elementary School today during morning drop-off as well as dismissal. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
In a release from the City of Duquesne Police Department Tuesday, officials were called to Duquesne Elementary School during dismissal time following reports of a 13-year-old boy standing across the street with a suspicious object. Police officials say the teen is not a student with the district and he did not appear to have a legitimate purpose in the area. According to police, the increased presence is to reassure the Duquesne community that their children are safe when entering and exiting the school. The teen is charged with firearm-related offenses, including possession of a weapon on school property. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Big news today from PennDOT. It says selected its big plan for the change of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel on the Parkway East. So they'll relocate the eastbound ramp that causes so much congestion as people trying to get the road before people are trying to take the Squirrel Hill exit. Then there will be a longer outbound ramp to eliminate the weave thanks to a stoplight that will be added. The inbound ramp will be accessible from Forward Avenue, which too will be getting a signal. And the inbound traffic will enter the highway a little further down with a new bridge coming to provide trucks and larger vehicles a safer exit. Work is expected to start in 4 years and wrap up in 2032. And keep in mind, maintain speed through tunnel. The state Supreme Court says Republican at-large County Councilman Mike Imbrassia must run to keep his seat in November. Imbrassia has been campaigning while the GOP fought earlier efforts to require him to run. He was appointed to become the at-large Republican member after his predecessor, Sam DeMarco, stepped down for a position with Senator Dave McCormick. He's running against Alex Rose, who's on the ballot as an independent. Imbrassia says he has no plans to appeal.
No, we're done. We see the writing on the wall. We kind of figured that a Supreme Court that is weighed 5-2 Democrat to Republican wasn't going to go our way, So we're just going to move full throttle on running a campaign, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The GOP says Rose recently switched his registration from Democrat to Independent to run for the seat. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 195 points, and NASDAQ up 198. The S&P 500 is up 18 points. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day, get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit swacvacations.com, use code LAKE500, claim your $500 discount.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-525-7718, 800-525-7718, 800-525-7718.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high health care insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement health care needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today, but cool for late August. The high to 70. Mainly clear, chilly tonight, though 45. The record, though, is 43, set in 1986. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. Bill Hillgrove, Hall of Fame broadcaster, will join us. The NFL season is here. We'll get a preview of Steelers-Jets, too.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. So my man's sitting here, actually become one of my good friends, Lance O'Brien. I'm not going to name names, but I think it's important that we bring this up because I think it's relevant to what's happening. Is it fair for me to say there's a kind of a cataclysmic events happening with some of these big carriers? And is it fair for me to say that in one city, not this one, that 160,000 people are going to get dropped by their carrier?
About 100,000.
100,000.
100,000 are going to get dropped by our carrier. Not this city, not this state.
No, not this city, not this state. But that's so how's that work, man? So you get a letter, or what's it say?
So again, a couple letters are going to start coming out now that it's September, got past Labor Day. First letter that's going to come out is what we call the ANOC. It's industry term, but it's the annual notice of change. Right, so every year these insurance companies have to tell the people that are currently on their plan how the plan's going to change for the coming year.
Yeah.
Right, so like they start showing up in mailboxes right around the 15th. They have to be delivered by the 30th. So before October 1st, before we can start talking. So basically, in a two-week window of time, there's going to be mass letters going out, not just locally, but across the country of, hey, this is how your plan is changing for 2026.
Well, hold on, though. You've kind of mentioned other big carriers dropping people, too. And the math adds up. Millions of Americans are going to get bagged. They're going to get canned.
Yeah, so the big thing is if you don't get this first letter, it's probably a harbinger, if you will, of there's going to be another letter coming, right? Because the annual notice of change is this is how your plan is changing. Well, if your plan's terminating, then you'll get another letter down the road indicating that that's going to be terminating and that you're going to need to select new coverage before the end of the year.
And in one town in New York, they're going to get letters over 100,000 people that they're out. They have no coverage.
Yes.
Damn. And you said something, my man, because my mom was this way, and we'd go into homes of folks who were like in their 70s, and you'd go into the kitchen, and I know you've seen this, there's like 300 letters on the counter. You better open that stuff up, right?
Well, that's really the challenge this time of year is you're just going to get bombarded by mail. You know, I make the joke it's probably a bad one, right? But you know, if the insurance carriers are doing so bad fiscally and they want to maybe kind of right the ship a little bit, if they didn't send out so much mail, they might be able to save a lot of money there.
Oh, wow.
Right, but like the truth of the matter is there's going to be literally flyers, there's going to be envelopes, and it's going to be what's important, what's not important. You know, I would just say it's if you open something up and it's very generic looking and it's asking for your information, please do not fill that out because you're just opening Pandora's box to get contacted by everybody and their brother.
All right, so if a company's bagging 100,000 people, that tells me they're in trouble? Is that fair?
It's those plans are in trouble, right? And
why?
Again, it goes
not making money or what?
Not making money, and it goes back to the legislation of the regulating the insulin's at $35, things that we've talked about over the last few months, right? So they're losing money to the point where the plan is really not sustainable. So let's put it this way, Marty: if they keep the plan active and more people enroll in the plan, then it's really going to put them upside down across their entire portfolio.
Okay, so between you and me, because I know some big shots in the business here, there's discussions of, and I'm not going to name names, but of similar events happening here.
Yes, yeah. I mean, obviously the national carriers came out with it. The thing of it is, Marty, is this happens every year.
Not these numbers, right?
That's the big thing, right? Like last year, there was local companies that jettisoned a plan here or there, right? This is almost like a complete reset of the market. And again, it's not just Medicare Advantage. I don't have a ton of intel at this point in time on prescription drug plans, but I think the changes in just the prescription drug plan. So if somebody goes with a supplement, Marty, right? This is a type of private insurance that works with original Medicare. They have to get a standalone prescription drug plan. Well, those plans are, who the heck knows what's going to happen to the premiums of those plans and the coverage of those plans. Because you got to think about it this way. Advantage plans can kind of take the medical and the prescription and spread the cost across both of those areas. If your plan's only offering prescriptions, there's nowhere to spread the cost other than to the prescriptions and ultimately to deductibles, copays, and the premium that people are going to pay.
Not to be a jerk or to kind of freak you out, but you have that look in your eye like you guys You guys are going to get slammed, are you not? With people in full, flat-out meltdown panic. Is that fair?
So every enrollment period is very, very hectic. This one I'm hoping to retain my sanity.
Well, because
and I laugh, but it's true.
A lot of folks are going to be afraid.
Well, a lot of people are going to be panicking when they get the letter because they're not going to know what it means because not everybody listens to this. They're not going to be really aware, right? I will tell you that the carriers have to send out a very stoic form letter that's like 6 to 8 pages long. So they get lost in the information where all they would have to basically say is your plan's being terminated. You need to select new coverage, right? Like if you think back, if you ever watched The Last Dance with Michael Jordan and he retired and came back and they wrote like 3 or 4 different ways to say that he came back and Michael Jordan didn't like any of them. He just said, I'm back, right? Like it would be really helpful to the people of Pittsburgh and other cities if they would just say your plan's getting terminated. But yet you've got all this lawyer lingo, all of this craziness in this 6 to 8 pages, and it's going to make it very scary and overwhelming for people.
Lance O'Brien with MediConnect. Before we go to this break, can you hang?
Yeah.
Okay, so this might sound like a dumb question, but I throw out a lot of that junk mail because it's junk mail. I think if I throw that out, what happens to my insurance if I ignore this?
So again, there's 2 parts to this, and I know we probably don't have a lot of time before the break, but if you throw the letter out, right, and you don't realize you're losing your plan, when you get to January, all you're going to have at that point in time is original Medicare. The red, white, and blue card. The challenge with that is it doesn't cover your prescriptions, and there's no max out-of-pocket on the inpatient, outpatient services. So if you have to go use it and you have no additional coverage, you could literally spend thousands of dollars depending on what would be needed.
What?
Yeah.
And can you get back in once you realize you...
You can if you have an enrollment period.
If you don't, you have to wait till next year.
That's correct.
Damn.
That's why timing is really important.
That's why we got to keep beating this down.
It is, and that's why for the first time this year we're doing billboards. Time is running out. We're really trying to get the message out there that people need to make sure that they're looking at what they have.
Oh, my. Can you hang?
Yep.
All right. This is important stuff, folks. We'll be right back.
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Millions are choosing NordVPN to stay safer online. Get NordVPN today with 77% off and up to 3 months extra. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic and help you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. Get the special NordVPN deal today at nordvpn.com. This offer includes a 77% discount on a 2-year plan and up to 3 extra months. Savings and additional terms apply and can be found on nordvpn.com. The offer is valid until October 15th.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
You do you, I'll do me. My medical business and health business is my medical business and health business, and yours is yours. And I think we're at a place in time, we have reached a time in history where we certainly feel very comfortable telling people and feel entitled to tell someone else how to medically live their life.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. After several years of serving country French cuisine in Scott Township, Bertrand is closed. The Intimate restaurant was operating on a reservation basis at 1910 Cochrane Road in the Manor Oak Village Plaza before announcing in July that it would temporarily close because the restaurateur behind the space, Lou Bucci, was experiencing health issues. Now it has been announced that the space is closing for good. Also, the future real estate value of a vacated JCPenney store that closed 5 years ago is getting more clear as the new owner of the 78,000 square foot store advances with construction plans to turn it into a new medical office facility. An executive for downtown-based Madison Acquisitions, which bought the former JCPenney store at Clearview Mall a little more than a month ago, and what's a joint venture of a company along with Baker Young Corporation, declined to comment. But the site plan documents obtained by the Business Times reveal that UPMC is slated to establish a presence at the department store redevelopment, along with North Hills-based primary care practice Genesis Medical Associates and Tri-State Ortho, currently a 4-office practice specializing in orthopedics and sports medicine. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
What does a teddy bear dream of? A teddy bear dreams of a best friend that tucks them in at night and wakes them up in the morning, who they share laughs and very secret secrets with. A best friend who they grow up with. What teddy bears don't dream of is being left alone, outside in the rain, in a shrine for school shooting victims who could have been their best friends.
School shootings are preventable. Learn the warning signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Lance O'Brien from MediConnect. So there's going to be a big dramatic change in folks in your plans here in this market without getting into any details. But it's going to happen here in the next month or so, and you better be ready. And all I'm telling people is because if they don't open their mail and they don't find out, they'll get screwed, Lance. Right?
Yeah, and I want to go back to what you said at the beginning or the end of last segment because I said there's 2 parts to it. The big thing people need to prioritize is they're looking at their mail over the next month when it comes to their health insurance. Make sure you're definitely opening the mail from the carrier you currently have.
Oh.
Right, like, because...
This sounds stupid, but people don't.
They don't. It's like, oh, this is probably more junk mail, or this is probably just an EOB, right? An evidence of benefits.
Stuff away that mattered.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I see the friggin' word. I just throw it in the mail, yeah.
So that's really important. Point number 1 is anything from your own company, right? You want to know where your current standing is with your insurance carrier. Once you figure that out, if you're not happy with what they show you in the annual notice of changes, etc., that's when you can start looking at other options.
And call your folks.
Yeah, I would call us because, again, look at it this way, right? Or if they have a broker that they work with, they trust and they're confident. I'm good with that, right? But what you want to do is the worst thing you can do, actually, in my opinion, other than stick your head in the sand. That's the worst thing. The second worst thing you can do is if you get one of these termination letters is just call a carrier directly, right? Because then at that point in time, you're only getting one piece of the pie, right? Like, you need to really make sure you talk to someone who knows what all the options are. They understand the landscape of how the insurance is changing here, right? That is really, really important.
You're kind of scaring me because it sounds as if a lot of these big providers are failing. Is that fair?
No.
Okay. Because it sounds like it.
It's not that they're failing. It's that they're trying to adjust. Listen, legislation runs everything. Right, I don't care what, this is where people say voting doesn't matter. Well, voting actually does matter, because when you vote, those people are going to get into office and they're going to pass legislation, right? So, like, the carriers are simply responding to the legislation that's been put in front of them. They were mandated that you have to make these changes to insulin, to the donut hole, to these types of things. Like, so you have to do this. So then some of their funding got cut from them. So it just really created this terrible storm we got going on here.
Man. Hey, help me out, though. With these folks all getting dumped, will there be affordable plans out there left?
That's the thing I will say, is there's going to be options. There's changes across the whole landscape. But, like, if people are listening right now, and I actually think that's a great question, Marty. If they're listening now, I don't think what they should be doing is panicking. I'm never a big fan of panic, anxiety, worry, stress, right? There are going to be options, but you need to plan. I always choose planning over panicking, right?
Yeah, but hold on, they can't plan until they get bagged.
They can't plan until they get bagged. But again, remember, they've got 9 weeks, right?
Okay.
They've got enough.
That's actually a great point.
They got enough time, but they want to act. And, my daughter, she kind of is a worrier, has some anxiety. She got type 1 diabetes, that type of stuff. And I just tell her all the time, honey, don't stress, address. Right? Like, whatever's trying to make you kind of freak out a little bit, don't do that, but address the situation. And that would be what I'd say to all the listeners, the people that are waiting for this enrollment period to start, is, listen, just open the mail, read it, talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. There's going to be good options for your coverage. Is it going to have every single nook and cranny or benefit that you've been used to? Probably not. But is it going to give you better coverage than the average person in our country? The answer to that question is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd go on Medicare today if I could.
Oh.
Medicare has good coverage.
Oh.
No matter what anybody says, Medicare has very affordable coverage. And what you get from the benefits are really good.
But they have to also get another plan, like for prescriptions.
Depends on what they go with, right?
Okay.
So if they go with the supplement, they're going to need coverage for their prescriptions and then figure out the dental, vision, and hearing. If they go with an Advantage plan, it's going to be a combo plan, essentially a Happy Meal, if you will, right? But they're going to have copays and stuff.
Can I say something personal? Because this is actually true. What happens as folks get older is they become less and less capable of managing their lives. And I'm not picking on old people because I'm there, man. But my in-laws are 80. And this is true. They're so intimidated by the phones to make a friggin' doctor's appointment. They literally get in their car and drive to various doctor's offices to make one appointment, brother. And my point is, all of this can be so overwhelming. And I would hope the folks out there that have kids or grandkids that are a little more aligned with the buzz reach out rather than just panicking and melting down and not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're really big on family advocates, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have people be like, is it okay if my son or my daughter helps with this? And we're like, yes, right? Because here's what we understand. If they work with someone like us and a family member, the chances of them then needing to change their plan the next year are reduced dramatically, right? So making those initial good decisions will then help create some stability in their life, which is really what they want, right?
And I'm picking on older folks.
No,
but
not at all. It's the reality of the situation, right? And again, I'll just say, this, like, when we're working, we have a whole HR department to do the whole thing for us. Probably when we're a little bit more astute to handle it. And then when we get to the place where we're ready to retire, there's no HR department anymore. It's all on us, right?
When does it actually hit the fan?
So the first day that we can talk about new benefits and what is actually happening is October 1st.
All right. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Get some sleep.
Gonna try.
Lance O'Brien, MediConnect, 888-818-6334, the man.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.